I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we lose together, we rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we lose together, we rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we lose together, we rise, we fall together. Together we overcome. Together we can be stopped. We will reach those goals we set together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we will lose together, we rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we lose together, together we win. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we lose together, together we can be strong. We rise, we fall together. Got him. We fucking got him. Got him. We fucking got him.
Why the fuck has it got me like this? What the fuck? Right, big up everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that bullshit. Apologies for the lateness. Fuck Yodel. Absolute dog shit delivery service. Had to go all the way to Hayes and back just to get my delivery, and that shit was heavy as a motherfucker. But hey, it's good to be back anyway. Yeah, plenty of news to get into. We are here in what is the dawn of Gallagher's transfer. We've been calling this for a minute. You guys all already know where our stance has been on the whole Conor Gallagher situation, but the time is nearly upon us. And it looks like we're getting our bidding war. It looks like it's going to be Atletico versus Villa with Tottenham involved, but Tottenham are moving stingy as fucking always. So I actually think the one positive for the Conor Crybabies is that he probably won't be going to Tottenham, but he will be going. He will be leaving. The sooner you get used to it, the sooner you get over it, the better. Because when that "here we go" drops, we will be celebrating. We will be celebrating. Shout out to Conor and all of that. Safe for the pure profit. Safe for the goals at Aston Villa and Crystal Palace, but we never got top four with you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Sayonara. Adios. Adios alimento and all that crap. But yeah, not just Gallagher news. There's also news on Lukaku. There's news on Sesko. There's some bullshit about Fenerbahce being interested in Raheem Sterling as well. We're going to call that shit transfer rumor of the day. Because in what fucking world is Fenerbahce even going to be able to afford this guy? Here is shit rumor of the day, people. Here is shit rumor of the day. Fenerbahce is following Sterling's situation closely. Sure. Best of luck, mate. Best of luck. First off, you need to lure him away from London. Second of all, you need to offer him the same amount of wages. Third of all, you actually think you got a chance. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, Maldini, I saw that Lee went live for 9 hours. I went to bed, woke up, and the guy was still live. It's fucking crazy. Fucking insane, man. Yeah, Sam, it goes without saying, they can't afford him. They can't afford him. I'm not even expecting them to be able to. But yeah, let's get rid of this shit. And let's get into the real news. Let's get into the real news. So, off to the Athletic, people. Off to the Athletic. And Aston Villa have held preliminary talks with Chelsea over Conor Gallagher's transfer. I was this close to going live immediately when I saw this news, but then I thought, what's the point? What's the point? It's not really a bid. It's not really any breaking news. It's just the first step in Aston Villa acquiring Conor Gallagher. And obviously, it's enough for Ornstein to put a tweet out because half this fan base is going to go into meltdown. Oh, no. We can't lose our talent, mate. We can't lose our baller. We can't lose Cobham's finest. We can't lose our player of the season. What are Chelsea going to do if we sell Conor Gallagher? If we get rid of Gallagher, we're going to riot. And all that bollocks. It was enough for just preliminary talks to start this bullshit. But that's all that it is. Opening talks with Conor Gallagher over a permanent transfer. Villa are looking to enhance their squad after achieving Champions League qualification, and Emery is a huge admirer of the England midfielder. I also feel like Douglas Luiz's transfer plays a part in them being the first to push for Gallagher. See you, Chloe. Bye, Chloe. Take care. Big up, Chloe. But goodbye. So what else is there? The Midland side are also in contact with Gallagher's camp as they explore a potential deal following the 24-year-old's excellent form last season. Could have just said good form. I said good form. There is a healthy relationship between the clubs. The new Chelsea hierarchy dealt with Villa when recruiting Chukwuemeka in 2022, and we retain a strong interest in Villa striker Jean Duran. Colombia international Duran was considered by Chelsea in January. He's again among the candidates to strengthen their front line this summer, while inquiries have also arrived from Italy, Saudi Arabia, and Spain. Now, Sami Mokbel has also dropped their little two-piece on here. And he has informed everyone that Tottenham are preparing an offer for Conor Gallagher. Aston Villa's interest has only just pushed Tottenham into the front line. And now they're getting ready to act as well. And you know what that means, people? Bidding war! Let's go! Let's go. There is a sense all parties would prefer Gallagher's future to be sold before the Euros starts. But Spurs believe Chelsea need to sell. So he also says as well that Atletico Madrid are interested in signing Conor Gallagher too. So that's another source confirming Atletico Madrid's interest in him. Now, the one thing we can hear from this is that Tottenham seem to be the one club that are willing to wait this out. Because they believe we need to sell before the 30th of June to meet PSR rules. And in reality, we don't. We're trying to balance the books for next year, not this year. This year, we're actually fine. So if they want to wait it out, fine. Like, we don't have to sell to Tottenham. We don't have to. I ideally wouldn't sell to Tottenham anyway, just because fuck Tottenham. Hell, actually, tell a lie. I don't even mind selling them Gallagher, because Gallagher will have the entire fan base sucking him off the same way this fan base has been sucking him off too. So if they want to keep hyping up mids, that suits Tottenham really well. That suits me really well. So yeah, you know what? I take that back. I don't even mind if Gallagher goes to Tottenham personally, but I don't think he will. Just because it looks like Levy's going to try and be a little bit of a stinge bag, as per fucking usual. Villa have already moved on the front foot. They know what the price tag is. It's 50 million. They've got Champions League football, so they have Champions League money too. I could see Villa come in for him. I could see Villa genuinely be the first one. Atletico Madrid, they're a little bit of a dark horse in this one. Because we don't know what their stance is. We don't know how much they're willing to spend. We don't know what's on the table with Atletico. They're just there. They're just there and they're interested and they haven't really made a move yet. So I can't really predict what Atletico Madrid are going to be on. So if you ask me who's most likely to get him, I would say Villa first. Then I would say Atletico. Then I would say Tottenham, just because I can already tell they're trying to be stingy bastards about this situation. And that'll be a you problem in that case. That'll be a you problem. But the only thing I think that's on Tottenham's side is that Fabrizio has been pushing Tottenham interest for Gallagher for months. What's Roadrunner in Spanish again? What was it? Calle Caminos? Was that it? I think that was it. Yeah, Corre Caminos. That's it. Corre Caminos. Shout out Conor Corre Caminos. If you know, you know. Yeah, Corre Caminos. I'll put the word in the chat. I'll put the word in the chat for you. Shout out Conor Corre Caminos. There you go. There you go. We do Spanish lessons on the channel. We do Spanish lessons on the channel. We got you. We got you. That's what I will use for Darwin later. Fair play, mate. Fair play, mate. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Sam. But yeah, Gallagher's going. The sooner people get used to it, the better. Catman says, I don't even mind dropping the price to 45 for Villa. Spurs need to pay the fuck up. They had that Travis Scott show recently. Yeah, didn't they have Beyonce like a few months ago? Yeah, you can afford him. We already know Spurs can afford him. It's just, do they want to afford him? Or do they want to pretend that they do? They just don't have enough funds right now. We can't really pay that money, but we can do it in an installment plan. Fuck off. Fuck off. Duran plus cash, probably the option. No, it's not going to be a swap deal. And swap deals barely happen in football anyway. It would be too separate, if anything. The only thing with Duran is that we already have decent relations with Villa, just based off the Duran links and the Chukwuemeka transfer. That's it. Nothing else. Thoughts on Chilwell leaving? I haven't heard any links on Chilwell leaving, but I hope so. I hope so. He fucking stinks. He stinks. I'm talking about Andre Santos getting game time as well. I'm here for it. Open the doors to some more players getting game time for our club. And Gallagher, thank you for all the fouls. But it's time for you to go. It's time for you to go. Hopefully all the Conor Gallagher babies aren't feeling too miserable on this Wednesday afternoon. And if they are, get a grip. Get a grip, please. Conor Gallagher is not the be-all and end-all of this football club. He never has been. He never will be. He can be a favourite. Go for it. But if you're going to cry and you're going to moan and you're going to make a bitch fit about a guy who would never really start for us or any team going for a title, have some shame. Have some standards. Have some decorum and pull your pants up. Pull your pants up, please, and have shame. It'll be very interesting to see how this saga continues to develop over the next week or two. I, just like Sammy Mockbell, believe that this deal will be done by the start of the Euros. It's been reported for a while that we're trying to do it. My source told me Gallagher was looking for around 150 to 180k a week. Which, sorry, you're not going to get here. 150, I don't mind him getting. I think it's a bit of a stretch, but I don't mind it just because that's your wage structure and that's the limit that you're going to give all the average players. But anything above that, nah, you can fuck off. You can get out of it. 180k a week. You think Gallagher deserves Enzo wages? You think he deserves Enzo wages? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Yet again, have shame. Have shame. Harrison, I wouldn't mind, but like, we're in June now, innit? We're in June. And he still has... We haven't even started contract talks. I won't say he still hasn't re-signed because we haven't really had talks. But with that in mind as well, he's gone. He's gone. Just the real question is to who? Who does he go to? Does he go to Villa? Does he go to Spurs? Does he go to Atletico Madrid? Does he go to someone else? Don't know. But he ain't staying here. And let's be real about it. If he goes to Tottenham, he's going to sit on their bench. If he's going to Villa, he's going to sit on their bench. Or maybe with Douglas Luiz leaving. Maybe he starts. Maybe he starts. Atletico, Defo doesn't start. So he's going to warm nearly every other bench. Nothing special. Nothing special. To be honest, Enzo doesn't deserve wages based on his performances. Now, I hear all of that, but he did play injured for like 6 months. So, we know his quality from before the injury. What's Enzo offer? What does Enzo offer? More than Gallagher, you bozo. What are you doing? I dare Gallagher have Enzo's passing range. I dare him. I genuinely dare him. Anything else? I dare him have his positional awareness. I dare him to be able to have the vision that Enzo has. I dare him. Lewis, you bozo, don't disrespect Conor Gallagher. We need to start a bidding war. He's better than Rice. Now I know you're trolling. Now I know you're trolling. Big up, my guy. Big up. Shout out to Steve in the chat. Shout out to Steve in the chat. Big up, my guy. Big up, bro. I hope you're on later. Yeah, man had the nerve to ask what Enzo offers compared to Conor Gallagher. You disgrace. You absolute disgrace. Big up the guy who is the best in the world off the ball. Because football is played off the ball. That's the way we play this sport. How do I play football? Without the ball. Intelligence. It doesn't matter if you offer nothing on the ball. You're world-class off it. So again, why you don't mind him being a super sub and all of that, but nothing special. Man said he's better than Wise stats-wise. Okay, if he's better than Rice based off stats, then brother, that's exactly the reason why we do eye test over stats. Exactly the reason. Have shame. Have shame. Off the ball is important, but if you have nothing on the ball, you're very limited. You're very limited. And your best football is suited to teams who don't dominate possession. So, if you want to send him to those teams fighting for the drop, he'll be world-class over there. And a team that's meant to dominate possession and a team that's meant to be competing for titles or aiming to compete for titles, no. Not good enough. There's a Pies tweet. What's Pies said? Is that an advert? That's an advert for gross. Boring. Pointless. Oh well. Okay, so that's all with the Conor Gallagher news. I don't think we're going to get any more today anyway. But yeah, shout out the Conor crybabies. Keep crying. Trust me, man. Big up the eye test sexuals. We know what we see. And that is that. Stats only help with an argument, but they're not the be-all and end-all. Yeah, learned the hard way. I saw something pop up on my phone about Eze, and I thought, oh shit, we got an Eze link. Let's go. But yeah, nothing that deep. Just talking about Eze's story to the Euros. Shout out to Eze and all of that. Well done. And yeah, hopefully we see you at Chelsea. Unlike Conor. Right, let's go to the Lukaku news. So Damasio said AC Milan requested information from Chelsea for the loan of Romelu Lukaku. Fucking loan. We are back doing loan talk with Romelu Lukaku. But Fabrizio has said what we all knew. Chelsea have no plans to loan out Lukaku as things stand, although as things stand isn't really great. That deserves another bell. Chelsea are aware of Napoli's interest with Antonio Conte as new head coach, as initial approaches already took place. 38 million exit clause available for any club interested in Lukaku this summer. So, expect Lukaku to be making a return back to Serie A. Thank the Lord. We do not want to see this guy in Chelsea. We don't want to see him in the training kit. We don't want to see you at Cobham. We also don't want to see you on loan. We don't want to see you back on our books. We don't want to see any Lukaku interest and any involvement with Chelsea next season. Go away. This has to be the summer to get rid of him. This has to be the summer where he's gone. Get out of my club. Mate. But, sadly, we don't really have a lot of leverage in this, do we? We don't really have a lot of leverage. Because every club is going to push for a loan. Just based off the fact that we've folded on this twice already. We've said we want to sell him. We're not going to accept loan offers. And then what do? We accept the loan offer. Why are any club going to take us seriously now? Oh, no. We're not loaning him this time. No, we're going to sell him. This time I mean it. We're actually going to sell Lukaku. No, we're not. We're going to try to. Hopefully, like Conte actually gets it done on a permanent. Hopefully, he actually pushes for a permanent. Why can't we do it permanently? Because it depends on the clubs and it depends on how much they can offer. Or if they can just go for the cheaper, longer method and, what is it? Just take a loan offer. The only thing that works in our favour is that his wages are lower. His wages aren't on 350k a week. After the last loan move, we restructured his contract. I don't know if people remember it. Matt Law even reported on this as well. Interesting detail in Lukaku deal, other than dropping his wages for the year at Roma and the further 2 years of his Chelsea contract, we've written the release clause into his contract. So I don't know how much he's on now, but it is less than what he was on before. Let me see if it's actually been reported. What is his wages now? 172.5 in euros. So I'm going to assume around 150k a week. Around 150k a week. Yeah, around that. So maybe that works into our favor. Maybe it works into our favor. But it still might not be enough. It still might not be enough. All you gotta remember is like Italian wage structures and everything. Some of those clubs don't even give their best players around that amount anyway. I think Roma had Lukaku on as one of the highest earners. What is Napoli's wage structure? What is Napoli's wage structure? I swear even Osimhen's on low wages there. No, Osimhen's on about 200 something. So maybe Napoli could afford that. It's a massive drop-off after Osimhen, though. That's an insane drop-off. Although I still can't see Kvaratskhelia on here. No way Kvaratskhelia is on 30k. No. That's bullshit. That's gotta be bullshit. Oh, fucking hell. No, he's actually on that. Bonus is attached as well, but fucking hell. That is the base. Okay, so yeah, Napoli could afford his wages. AC Milan. What are AC Milan's wages saying? Yeah, good luck. Yeah, that's why AC Milan want the loan. That's why AC Milan want the loan. Their highest is like 130 euros or some bullshit. Yeah, forget that. Forget that. So Napoli, you're the only ones we can trust. You're the only ones that we can actually negotiate with. AC Milan, look, I like doing business with you and everything. I like your team. I like your club. Get the fuck out. No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Sorry. We are not doing any loan deals. But yeah, it looks like more clubs are circling in for Romelu Lukaku. Remains to be seen who takes that slag this year, but hopefully we don't see him come back. Hopefully we see him purely off the books. Do I trust the Laurinaitis? No. I've looked at their wage structure and I have a bit more belief that they would offer those wages. Milan will not. Milan will not. They signed Kvaratskhelia from Dinamo Batumi. Fucking hell, what is that name? What is that? Crazy. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. Napoli, come save us. Antonio, come save us. That's the thing. Around 150k a week. That's still a decent drop-off if they sell Osimhen. Osimhen's on about 200k a week or something like that. And Lukaku would only ask for 150. Unless he becomes a stinge bag again and says, I want my money back. I want the 350 and fucks over another deal. If that's the case, then we're going to have to beg Saudi to take him. What else is there? So Benjamin Sesko. Benjamin Sesko is taking a few more days to decide his future. Chelsea, United, Arsenal have all approached Sesko and have all presented their projects to him. And it's now down to Sesko to make his decision. So, be ready, people, to hear nothing but reposts on Benjamin Sesko in the next few days, as Fabrizio just gets his bag. All 3 clubs are willing to trigger the release clause. Now it's up to him to take his time, figure out his decision. It's up to us to deal with the reposts and to make questions and to debate about whether Sesko would suit us or not before he inevitably picks Arsenal. Because he's already said yes to Arsenal. They're the ones that can offer immediate trophies and immediate competition for major honours. Probably the easiest opportunity to start as well because his competition is in Nketiah and that donkey scrub Havertz. So, and also Arsenal will be more likely to offer him more money. I would be surprised if we offer Sesko more than the 150 wage cap because he hasn't done anything to justify over that. There's also a debate over whether he would even start over Nicholas Jackson. I wouldn't have him start over Jackson immediately because I haven't seen enough of him to believe that he's that well-rounded compared to him. No, competition for immediate trophies. Competition for major honours. They're the ones that are competing for the league. They're the ones that are competing for the UCL. That's what I meant by it. In terms of winning, come on. We all know they can't compete for shit. Like, come on. But we also know with Arsenal's dumbass wage structure and United's dumbass wage structure, they'll offer him more money than we will. So financially, we're already on the back foot. In terms of competitions, we're kind of on the back foot. We're in the weakest European competition. I'd be surprised if he joins us. I'd really be surprised if he joins us. Do I care if he doesn't join us? Not really. I wouldn't mind getting him, but like I don't think he's ready now, and we need now. If we're not getting someone ready now, you might as well just keep Jackson. Might as well just have Jackson start up top. He got 15 non-penalty goals last season. What's the difference? Like, Sesko got 14. He didn't even start for half the season. Like, in a year or two's time, he might be a better number 9. That's why I wouldn't write him off, but ain't anything that deep for us. Because if we talk about top 4, right, we could get top 4 with Jackson up top. And like they're saying in the chat, if you get Elise, the creativity just goes up and up and up. The chance creation goes up and up and up. You're going to make more chances. You're going to make it throughout the 90 minutes and not just in one period of the match like we did under Pochettino all of last season. Like, Elise would be the bigger push for me out of Elise and Sesko. 14 goals off the bench, not bad. I hear you. Like, I'm not against getting Sesko, but just don't really care too much about getting him either. I would rather we just put the money down and got Osimhen. Or, like, go for Gyökeres. Because if it's not Sesko, who are we getting? We can't afford Osimhen. We're not in for Gyökeres. Tony's off the list. Who are we getting as the striker? Who is our striker going to be? Shout out to Mitchy boy. Big up, my brother. Big up. Saying bit slow on the super chats. So hi, Lewis, my G. Big up, brother. I hope you've had a good year, man. Generally, I hope everything's been well with you. If you want the link as well, give me a shout. I'm going to drop it in about 5 minutes. Julian Alvarez. I saw links about Alvarez potentially leaving City. If he is leaving City, bring. But that's if he's leaving City. You already know my favorite supermarket to shop at is Man City. Always my favorite shop. Shout out to Mitchy boy, though. Big up, brother. I do appreciate the donation. Shout out, my G. Big up. Duran. No. Don't want to hear it. Shout out to Ilya. Saying it's Duran from Aston Villa. No. Sorry, I'm not listening. I'll listen to someone else. Sorry, I'm not listening. Big up to Ilya, but my fingers are in my ears. La 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 la. La 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 la. Anyone else? Isak. Okay, now I'm listening. Shout out to Isak. Big up to Ilya for the super chat as well. Big up to Ilya. But I refuse to listen to Duran. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, we're not getting Duran. We're not getting Duran. We're not getting Duran. We're not getting Duran, man. We're not getting Duran, guys. We're not getting Duran. Moonies, Moonies. I will end the stream right now. I'll end the stream right now. I promise you, end stream's right there. I'll end the stream right now. That's a fucking Moonies. Shout out to Young Takuri. Saying I'm okay not getting a rotation striker this season. We shouldn't even be looking for a rotation striker. That's why I like with Sesko, I'm not too fussed because I can't tell you that he starts over Jackson. So I don't want him. I want someone who I know is going to start over Jackson. And it's just like, man are saying Duran. I'm saying Duran. No, 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 no. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. I need a huge bag of money for Alex Isak, my brother. We got you. Would you like Conor Gallagher instead of money? Instead of money, we give you passion. We give you distance covered. How about that? How about that? That could work. Yeah, trust me, bro. If I hear Mooney's like we're talking about Sesko being fucking flavor of the month, and now we want to talk about Mooney's. Oh, bruv. Oh, brother. That Fofana. Now, there's your rotation striker. There's your rotation striker right there. Who dropped that super chat earlier? Okay, yeah. There you go. There's your rotation striker. We don't even need to go for one. Don't even have to go for one. That Fofana. Big up Ilya saying I'm putting money on it either being Sesko or Duran. Oh boy. See, here's the thing. It probably will be one of Sesko or Duran. I'm really just trying to escape that reality. If we have all this push all season about us going for a striker and I see fucking Duran walk through the door and I just see endless replays on the timeline of his goal against Liverpool. Brother, I will end up in a cell. I will end up in a cell, and I don't mean hell in a cell. I just mean a cell. Like, no. No, no, no. Is there an echo, guys? Is there an echo? Is there an echo? Echo, echo, echo. What are we saying? Shout out to Ilya, though. You're probably correct. You're probably correct. Yeah, let me get rid of the spammers, by the way. That'll sort that. Perfect. Perfect. Cool. No echo. Nice. No echo. Lenny Yoro going to Madrid. Yeah, we kind of knew that. We kind of already knew that. Going to get stories soon from Gallagher's camp at Chelsea trying to force him out. I do think he goes quietly. Gallagher don't seem like no troublemaker. He's just going to walk away and leave and he'll write some big-ass letter and goodbye. Goodbye. Best of luck to you. Unless you go Tottenham. Well, unless you go Atletico, worse of luck to you. Let me keep it real. You're going to be a rival. Leave Jason Derulo at Villa. Fucking hell, bruv. Of course, Nelks. I won't be Duran out if we get him. I'm just gonna be like, why? Why? Why him? Why is he the one you've gone for? That's just gonna hurt my head, man. We are forcing him out, Lewis. He's been our best mid. No, he hasn't. Sorry, Danny Minerals. He hasn't. Is that Bartman? Oh my god. I ain't seen Bartman in decades. I said I'll be fiercely Duran out. Nah, you gotta leave the kid alone. Let him cook if we get him. It's just why? Why? Just why? The one thing I hate about these Duran links is that it actually makes a lot of sense. It actually makes a lot of sense. I hope not. Hope not. Let's hope Sesko believes in the project. Let's hope he believes in the project. Or who knows, maybe we get enough money to go get Osimhen. Exactly, Sean. That's my problem. I was promised a main number 9, not Duran. Not fucking Duran. I said Duran's not bad. Man! He ain't ready. He's nowhere near ready. Forget all of that. Real Madrid are open to keeping Kepa, according to Mail Sport, but only another 12-month loan or a free transfer. Well, you could get both. He's got a year left of his contract. Take a 12-month loan and then you can have him for free afterwards. Done. Done. Kepa gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. He can stay there. The guy went to Madrid and just started gurgling their balls from day one. So, stay there. Stay there. We don't need you to come back. Jonathan Davies has got really good numbers. I just haven't watched anything of him, so I can't really speak too tough. But his numbers impress me. And it's been that way for about 2 seasons now. Bring me... You really tried to catch me out like that? You really thought you could catch me out like that? You disgrace. You absolute disgrace, Bence. You fraud. You absolute fraud. Have shame. Have shame. He's been good, but Fabrizio's been hyping him up for years, and he just ain't gone anywhere. Mad. How's he fell under the radar like that? Gyökeres, yeah, I'm here. I'm here for it. Bring him. Bring him, but we haven't been interested in him since February. We pulled him out of our list. I don't know why. But Gyökeres to Chelsea is dead, and it's been dead for a while. Yeah, Warren, I was this close to reading that. I was like, Joe who? Because when I see that many syllables in a surname, I gotta read it to myself first. And then just nowhere. Every window Fab says keep an eye on him and nothing happens. Weird. Weird. Don't know if that's a contract situation or what. I haven't got a single idea. Let me just check if there's any other transfer news before I drop the link out. Nothing too tough. We're in talks with Wimbledon over a potential pre-season friendly at Plough Lane in July. I'd love to go to that. I would definitely go to that. Wimbledon away. Just a little trip down to South London. Say less. Say less. Max Allegri is linked with Lazio. So they chose death. Yeah, that is peak, bro. That is peak. That is insane. What day is it? There's no date announced. No dates announced. Just July. Just in July. Nothing else other than that, I think. Tottenham, more rumours though of Tottenham potentially trying to wait till after the PSR deadline to push for Gallagher. Which if that's the case, he won't be there by then because we would have sold him. We would have sold him and then you can cry more and yeah. No depth for you. No passion, no desire, and no ground covered for you. Disgrace. Disgrace. But yeah, just before I send the link, where is everyone's confidence levels at with Sesko joining Chelsea? Do you believe we have a chance of getting him? Do you think he's more likely to go to Arsenal? Let me know, chat. Let me know, chat. I want to know where everyone's standing. Where is everyone standing? Fraser says 20%. Okay. Sesko's never surpassed 16 league goals. I hear it, but this is going to be the one that everyone's got the bidding war for. 0%. 40%. 20%. Just as saying, I think we end up with Duran. Oh dear. Oh dear. No. No. 90%, 15%. So Thiago Silva and some randoms all in the release list. Big up Thiago, man. Big up Thiago. My G. My G. Best of luck. Best of luck at your future endeavours, mate. Proper Chelsea. Proper Chelsea. I said, just get me Leao. Has his price tag gone down? Has his price tag gone down? I don't know if his profile is any different. I just think his decision making and experience would be a bit better. That's just it. Like Oshimen's just a lot more proven. Man said Leao's garbage. I just think Leao's overpriced. I don't think he's garbage, but fair enough. Is it still 150? That's what I thought it was. That's why I was never really even talking about any Leao links. It's not gone down. Yeah. Forget. Unless they want Mudryk. Maybe down for a Mudryk and Leao swap deal. Maybe a free Gallagher too. Hell, we'll sort out your whole left side and we'll give you Chilwell. You can have Chilwell for depth. That should work. No Somerville news. Nah, no Somerville news. There's not really been any updates. There hasn't really been a step forward in the Somerville situation anyway. All it's been is monitoring. Liverpool monitoring, Chelsea monitoring, that's all. So there's no updates in general. There's not been a step forward anyway. So yeah, that's about it. But I'm going to drop the link anyway. Shout out to everybody just locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that shit. We'll see what the panel's saying. I got about another hour and a half and then I'm going to go football. So we'll see what everybody is saying. And yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, super chat if you want to boost the channel. And if you want to get your comment read out as a guarantee. And yeah, we'll see what everybody's saying. We will see what everyone's saying. And if you're a Conor crybaby, hold that. Hold that. Your time is coming. Nearly done, guys. Nearly done. Cool. All sorted. All sorted. Right. What are we saying, guys? What are we saying? Steve, I saw your message as well. What, have you got a stream later?
Yeah, I'm doing Denmark, Sweden.
Didn't even know there's friendlies on. All right, cool. No worries. I'll redirect. All
Oh,
good.
word. Thanks, bro. Thanks.
Yeah.
Right, so the Gallagher bidding war is starting to take off.
There's no
Let the
fucking,
games begin, huh?
there's no fucking chance he goes to Atletico Madrid. And if he does, then Simeone, bro, you gotta just retire. Like, you fucking come on, man.
You don't think a
I've seen
pivot of
some people saying he could suit them.
you don't think him and Rodrigo de Paul could work in midfield, Steve?
Dude. I just,
Where is it?
I don't
Denmark,
know.
Sweden. Cool.
I don't think that happens at all.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's a certain Tyneside team that hasn't got involved in this bidding war.
We got enough midfielders, to be fair. We
Yeah.
don't need midfielders. We really
Is that,
don't.
is that why the links have died down in the last few months?
Yeah, because we don't need midfielders. We have Tonali coming back on the first day of the season. So, and we have Bruno G, Joelinton, Willick, Miley, Elliot Anderson, Longstaff. There's 7.
Okay, but how much ground do they cover?
I mean, Longstaff does fuck all, covers ground, but does fuck all. I guess Gallagher does a little bit more. Like, yeah, we just don't need him. Just don't need him. Like, we're not linked with really a lot of midfielders. Maybe Ederson from Atalanta is the last one I saw, which I would take in a heartbeat. I think he's excellent, but nah. I just we don't need midfielders, bro.
Even if you potentially lose Bruno?
I don't think we're gonna lose Bruno.
Okay.
I think we keep both of them. I think we keep both of them, but then maybe next season both of them leave.
Oh, you don't really believe in the rumors of him potentially being sold then?
Nah, and notice how the Isak rumors, that's been quiet. Yeah, and really been like too tough with anyone because it's like, bro, we've set a high price tag for him, so it's like,
that's why I thought it was more likely Bruno goes.
Yeah.
I mean, if he
Especially
does,
with
all I
something
do is
back at
someone
top.
has to leave.
it's 50-50 with Bruno Guimaraes leaving. I think it's 50-50, something like that. But
Because I think it's linked to what happened with Lucas Paquetá, yeah, because of his impending ban potentially, right? That City and Liverpool would fight it out for Bruno instead.
could be that, yeah. But yeah, look, Bruno's 100 mil release clause. If somebody wants him, you pay that before July 1st, then you get him if he wants to move. If not, then we ain't gonna take less than 100 mil. Otherwise, what's the point of having that release clause in there? I'd take 100 mil for him because then you could reinvest. Like, because we need center backs.
Yeah.
We need center backs and a right winger.
Surprised you ain't looking at Trev.
I would take Chalobah. Lewis, I said this last summer with you, bro, on multiple shows. I'd take Chalobah at Newcastle. I definitely would. I think he's more than good enough to be a backup at where we're at.
And he's just undervalued to fuck.
Yeah. I've always liked Chalobah. I don't think he's amazing. I think he's pretty decent. Like, he does a good job. He's a very good squad player. So, nah, I would take Chalobah for sure, definitely. But
Hear all of that. I think with this whole Gallagher situation, though, it looks like it'll be Villa or Atletico. Tottenham seem to be the ones that are waiting for the end of June because they think we have to pay. Yeah. We have to sell him before the PSR, the end of the PSR window, even though it's not even that situation. I said take Rondon, Steve, Ben Davies. Oh, fuck it. I thought he was trying to offer us Deadwood. We don't need that. How about you run up to 55 million and take Gallagher off our hands?
I don't want Malang Sarr either. That guy, like,
that's in Malang Sarr. That brother ain't played football in like a year.
Like 4 years, how about? I don't remember last time I seen him anywhere.
Just came to Chelsea and frauded a Club World Cup and bounced.
Yeah.
So. You just got Lloyd Kelly, didn't you? Newcastle?
Yeah, we probably gonna sign him. That's again, it's calm. I think he had a decent season for Bournemouth, so I'm like, all right, cool. I kind of like him. He's all right, so I'll take him as backup because like we have Dummett as backup.
Yeah,
Kraft and all these. It's like need to elevate the level of the squad or the floor of it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take a look, Kelly. But in terms of like Gallagher to Aston Villa, I've been hearing a lot that Juventus are looking to get Douglas Luiz, and Emery is also looking at McKennie. Now, McKennie and Gallagher are very similar. Very, very similar. I think Gallagher strikes a ball better than McKennie, but I do think that McKennie crashes the box even more than Gallagher does. Gallagher, sometimes a few of the goals Gallagher scored for you guys, he's on like edge of the box kind of thing. McKennie more like he crashes more into the box, especially with his head. He'll score headers and stuff. So slight difference in player, but like very, very similar. So I think it depends because like I think McKennie's like maybe slightly better than Gallagher, maybe.
Yeah.
McKennie, he's decent, but like I think it depends with if Juve move quicker. If they swap him and Douglas Luiz, then they won't buy Gallagher, and then the one will be who'll go to Spurs. So, I think that's one to look out for because if they sell Luiz and then they get McKennie, I don't see why they would get Gallagher. They need a defensive-minded midfielder besides Boubacar Kamara. That's what they need. And Gallagher really ain't that.
They're getting Gallagher for depth. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Same way Spurs are, the same way Atletico would be.
Yeah.
Rodgers is going from bench. Well, it's an option of benches for him. I was going to say bench to bench, but Poch starts him every week.
Yeah.
I think it'll either be it'll be Villa or it will be Atletico. Tottenham, I actually don't think he goes to anymore.
Yeah, I don't think he goes to there either. I don't see it either. So then it's like, where's his market? Maybe a Man United buys him. You never know. What if they appoint fucking Tuchel? I could totally see if they appointed Tuchel in 4 days, let's say, and then or
Pochettino, yeah.
Yo, I think he ends up at Man United. There you go. I'm gonna try to be a bit ahead of the curve here. He's going to fucking Man United.
If we can take Elise away from those United links and they respond by getting fucking Gallagher, that would be mental.
He ain't going to Atletico Madrid.
No.
I think Villa go for someone else. McKennie probably. And I don't think he goes to Spurs. So I kind of think it's going to be someone new that hasn't been lit. Yeah.
Because Villa have already started talks. So clearly, like, regardless of McKennie or not.
I think he ends up at Man United because they're going to sack Ten Hag, I think. They're going to bring in either Tuchel, who loves really mediocre midfielders. He loves a mediocre midfielder. Oh, my fuck. And then
he thought Gallagher could do the Kante role.
Yeah. Gallagher will be Bruno Fernandes' replacement if they sold him. There you go. That's one to look out for. Gallagher to Man United in a few days, whenever they appoint their manager. 100%.
I need that McTominay Mount Gallagher midfield. 0 ball retention, 0 forward passing, just straight ground covered and fouls.
They just strike. Hey, if they can get a chance to strike a football, they'll do it. Yeah. Other than that, it's fucked.
Poor Stretford end upper. It's crazy.
Joey
says Villa or Spurs for sure, but not Manchester United.
Yeah, because it depends if Ten Hag gets sacked or not.
I'm not sure about Spurs, but just because how stingy they're moving.
The Douglas Luiz McKennie swap plus cash thing seems to be really progressive. I heard about it like 2.5 weeks ago, and it's again, who knows? It's fucking media, but like.
But even with that, they started opening talks with Gallagher, so clearly they want to get both.
Yeah, I don't know if they need both though, because if Douglas Luiz is an 8 that like he's way better than both of them, but like, I don't know if he fits their team like that. But I don't know.
It's probably just depth. Because now they're in the Champions League, they're thinking of building their entire squad.
Yeah.
McKennie has champs experience as well. Fucking Gallagher does. Does he? Has Gallagher played Champions League? Hold up. No.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he did. He did
Oh
in his
wait,
first season.
yeah. What the fuck? You guys were in Champions League, not the last season, but it was the Real Madrid. Yeah. Okay, Potter. Yeah.
It's just Gallagher was never in the top 6 of Chelsea until a few weeks ago. He was playing Champions League football.
Yeah.
Not very well, but he was playing Champions League football. We started him up front with Havertz at home against Real Madrid.
That's right.
In one of the
was
worst,
that Lampard?
the worst lineups I've seen. Yeah,
Fuck, that was Lampard, not
Yeah.
Potter, because Potter was
Yeah.
group stage. Yeah. All right.
Dodgers tweet. What's Dodgers saying? Trevor Chalobah's been told he can leave Stamford Bridge this summer. Fulham are interested. Okay. No
He could
change
do
there
better
then.
than Fulham.
Yep.
He could do
Yeah,
better.
he'll look for a team in the Champions League.
I think like I said, Newcastle, bro. I would take him definitely at a Newcastle.
United
I think
were
a
looking
Villa
at him
could
as well.
use him. I think a Villa could use him. Man United could use him. Like, he's decent, man. He's
Bayern's still looking for centre backs because you guys had interest in him last season.
I'd take him, but like, do I really want him at Bayern? No. Would I really take him at Newcastle? Yes. I think that's what the difference is. Newcastle's more likely to go back for Gallagher than Man United. Steve is just deflecting. I'm not saying that we wouldn't go for him. I'm just saying those links have cooled down. If we end up with Conor Gallagher at the end of the window, I wouldn't be that surprised. But I wouldn't also be surprised if all of a sudden Man United hire Poch or Tuchel, and then Man United buys Gallagher off.
That's a good point, Josh.
I ain't even deflected like that. Like, I think we could go back in for him. I just don't think it would make sense for us necessarily because we have 7 midfielders already. And also, we don't make stupid transfers under PIF. Man United did last summer. So
He's man literally bought Mount unwarranted with a year left, and we're acting like they can't do it again. Actually, no, that would be the difference between the Glaziers and Ineos, to be honest. If there is a difference.
I'm not convinced there is.
Neither am I. United fans are just telling us that there's a big difference because there's more footballing names. Okay, show me a difference.
Exactly. Show me something tangible. Exactly.
If you lot get Conor Gallagher in this summer, I am believing a damn thing's change with you lot.
Yeah. And would you guys be surprised if they hired Poch and then y'all are linked with Gallagher? That's inevitable what would happen.
Nope. If they get Poch, I'm just telling them from day one, like, yeah, you're getting Gallagher too. You're getting Gallagher too. Like, what?
Didn't Tuchel love him as well?
To be honest, I think a lot of managers would love him just because of the profile of players who just run around and do a job.
If Man United hired Zerbi, though, I don't think that y'all would go. Man United would go for him. I don't think that would be the. But if it is Poch or Tuchel, then expect Gallagher to be linked with there, 100%. And also Mount's there as well. Yeah, they're probably boys.
Boys. That's part of the reason why Chalobah's been linked to United as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Cobham boys.
Yeah.
Remember Trev saying goodbye to Mount on his Twitter and he was getting cooked by half of the club? Which I didn't even think was right at the time too. Let the man say goodbye to one of his mates, innit? Like, just leave it.
Right.
Not
Fuck
that
Mount, but like, I ain't the one with a personal relationship with him.
Yeah.
Trev does. It is what it is. Big up. Oh, Cobham friends.
I see GTX
Academy friends.
I agree with that. I agree. Upamecano's very good on the ball. I like him on the ball. Decision making, though, off the ball, positional sense. He needs to be in a back 3. That's where he played really well at Leipzig. So he should go to like a 9-track Frankfurt where they play in a back 3 under Topmüller. Go somewhere
where
with
he needs to be is away from Chelsea links.
Yeah, well, you don't play with a back 3, so I don't think that would fit you. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend that.
Don't even know why our names got put in that. Chelsea monitoring? No.
Boredom.
No.
Sorry, Lewis. Can I talk about Sesko for a second, if you don't mind?
What's up?
Of course, brother.
So there's stats that came out about Sesko, right? Because people are saying he doesn't fit Maresca's system. But if
No,
you
he
look
does.
at no, but he does. That's what I'm saying because they get very few touches. Their strikers get very few touches, like 22. Very similar to Holland for City,
And
right?
Osimhen.
And right, exactly. So the reason I'm saying is it's very similar to City in terms of we're gonna have a lot of playmakers and people who can create and finish the ball with Nkunku going for Elise Palmer, just like Man City does. And then they're gonna have a clinical finisher at the end, right? That needs to make those chances. And if I'm
You there?
He didn't lag out,
Yeah.
did he?
I think he did.
did I lag
He
out?
was in the middle of Yeah. You might want to just go back to wherever your last sentence was.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was saying he's a better. So I'm saying he scored one less goal in 1,000 less minutes, right? And if you're talking about aerial percentage, Jackson wins 35% of his aerial duels, while Sesko wins 65, night and day. Okay, Sesko takes 1.5 shots and Jackson takes 2.5 shots, so 1 shot less per game, but is almost at equal amount of goals as Jackson, right?
17 to 14. Yeah.
14,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then if we're looking at expected goals that these strikers are supposed to score from their position that they're at, right, on average, Jackson's at negative 4.69, while Sesko this season was at positive 5.96. So a difference of 10. A difference of 10 goals
Yeah.
of what they're expected. That's the difference. Imagine Sesko or where Jackson's position is. So I'm not going to be even like going to the extreme of let's just add 10 plus goals to Jackson's season because then he would be at 25. Let's just add 6 more goals to Jackson's season. He would be at 20. That's all we need. We don't need a Holland for 37. I'm not expecting Sesko to be Holland at averaging 40 goals the first season and then in his off season scoring 27 and in which he missed like 2 to 3 months. I just need a 20. If he's scoring me 20 goals and he's only 21 and that's his only job, I don't need him to link up play because Maresca's system, they don't link up play that much. If they're only getting Vardy and Dako are only getting 22 touches per game, 22 touches, right? So this is not a strike force.
They play through the wings.
Exactly. This is not a strike force that's getting involved. So I'm only happy with Sesko if we get Elise. I've been saying that from the start. If we don't get Elise, then obviously livid. I want an Osimhen. That's the only thing. But if we're getting a Sesko, this makes sense because then I'm getting. So I think Madueke scored 7 goals and like maybe a combined total of like 10 GA. With the amount of games Elise has missed, he had almost like 10 goals and 5 assists or like 15 GNA with only 19 appearances in the entire league this season. So you're telling me if hopefully we get a rotation or a healthier Elise that he has been in the past, I'm expecting even let's say 25% better than that. Then I got that goal scoring compensation all around that Osimhen might provide. And once again, Osimhen's only had 1 season where he scored 20 plus goals. This season he scored 15, which is 1 less than Sesko with about the same amount of minutes. And Joey was saying during...
Oh, you're saying that Sesko should have a higher ceiling than Osimhen?
I'm not saying ceiling, but right now I'm saying they're not on equal planes, but like Sesko might also just have 1 season where he scores 20 goals and also just drop-offs to 14. It's very similar to Osimhen, right? Because Osimhen hasn't kept it consistent. He's not Harry Kane or Lewandowski, right? That's the thing. Even with Ivan Toney, last season was 20. The season before was 11. This season is 4. And you can say he missed 6 months, but I'm sorry. Okay, even if I get discount 6 months, I don't want him to score 10 goals, but at least score me 8. The only players they lost in Brentford was Raya. And Mbeumo got better, actually. So he had a slightly better supporting staff.
Mbeumo's been getting better.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's not like
I love Mbeumo.
It's not like the position that would cause him most help or most detriment in Mbeumo and those wingers is getting better.
Y'all should be
better.
Y'all should be signing Mbeumo as your striker, you know.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, the Brentford forward.
Yeah.
Brian Mbeumo.
But that's what I'm saying, right?
You could play. He could play right wing, second striker, main striker. He's huge. Pause. He's strong. Like he's
always has a good game whenever we play him.
Yeah,
I can't even argue that down.
He runs defenders ragged, consistent performer, good team player. Good first touch. I think he could play
link
main
up
striker, Joey. I've seen it a few times. And Mbomo's a monster. I don't know what you're saying, current champions of the year.
And Waymo and Tony, anyone.
What I'm
What
saying,
we saying?
what I'm saying is that Mbomo's a
We raided Brighton. Let's go raid Brentford.
bro. He's not never main striker. What I'm saying is
We gotta make a mid-table world 11, bro. Let's go.
Mbomo is a stud though. He's a fucking stud. Isak's the only option. 170 M's, my man. T. 170 M's.
Because if you think about it, one Osimhen is giving me two players in Sesko and Elise that are going to cost the same price transfer-wise and cost the same amount for wages. So I'm getting more squad depth anyways.
Whistle's good too, Fraggy. I like Whistle a lot.
So it doesn't make sense to me.
Like Whistle.
Like I'm not saying I'm saying Sesko's not a bad option. Like everyone's saying, like
it's not a bad. It's not. Yeah, I agree with you because I like Sesko a lot. I think he's
because Joey mentioned Sesko's missed a lot of chances, but his overall GNA is saying he scored 6 more than expected. And this season, no offense, I've also seen Osimhen miss chances. Hell, I mean Haaland missed chances when they tied 1-1 with us. Remember how many chances Haaland missed or didn't get to the end of properly or scuffed? And that's one of the best strikers in the world. I've seen Harry Kane. Steve can talk about it. There's some easy chances that he could have scored, even though he scored 44 goals. Every striker is going to do that, right? It's the striking position.
It's not even the stat, bro. It's not even a stat stick because I watch Leipzig a lot, and on the break, he's the guy that is helping out Openda a lot in making runs, dragging center backs away. Like he's fucking quick. He's tall. Like he is a really. For you guys, I don't think y'all need that right now. But if you're gonna take a risk, at least he fits your system. At least he fits what a striker wants. What Maresca would want is a striker. Sesko's so overrated. Okay, well, Chris, it depends what you rate him as. He went on a purple patch, Joey, but at the same time,
I big up everyone. Sorry, I'm not gonna
big up Ibs.
Big up Ibs.
So overrated. I mean, where do you know his overratedness from? Where did you come from? Because if he comes in and scores 20+ seasons, you're gonna be the one that change your avid to his picture, scoring a goal. Let's keep it realistic, bro.
Because that's what happened with Jackson. Jackson went through a purple patch, and everyone was saying he's overrated.
What the fuck does that even mean? He's overrated. Like, what the fuck?
I feel like people would say overrated instead of they use it as a interchangeable term as shit.
Shit, yeah, that's exactly.
And for the kids,
he's overrated.
He's overrated. And what was he supposed to do?
And for the kids, let's make it a FIFA stat. I rate him as an 84 rated, right, with high potential. Osimhen this season has gone to an 86. If we're gonna simplify it for you guys this season, that's what I'm rating it as. If we're gonna make it simplified, I'm just simplifying it. I'm not trying to diss anyone. I'm just simplifying it. If you want to talk about, I'm not rating him as a 90 striker. I'm not rating him as 88. He's an 84, but there's only a 2-place difference between him and Osimhen for this season.
Like I said, I would steer clear just from if I was Sesko, because I'm like, again, if I was his agent, I'd be like, bro, just stay at Leipzig another the season. I don't think he's ready for the move yet. But if he is going to take a risk, I think this is a team that, like, okay, fair enough. I can see it because it fits the way Maresca wants to play. That's what it is. Or if you went for Sean, I think Solanke's another player. He gets better each season. I really like Solanke. I think he's like a good footballer as well. So like that could fit the way Maresca wants to play as well. I could kind of see that. But like Solanke wants to get more involved in the game than a Daka or a Vardy. And you don't really run in behind like that. But when they're high up the pitch, when Leicester were high up the pitch, but like, yeah, I don't know. But I think a David would maybe be the one I'd recommend for you guys, Jonathan David.
Yeah, you got to start looking at stuff.
Huh?
All the main options are disappearing.
Yeah.
Jonathan David, ain't that guy supposed to be 2019 prop or 2021 prop or something? Not now.
But to be fair, he's still got decent numbers.
He's only 24 though. I get it. I watch him obviously as a Canadian. He's not done. He's still good. He's 24 only. Another season of 20 plus goals. But if I'm only saying things because we're not linked with him, right? Trust me, my dream signing for Chelsea is Gyökeres, but we're not linked with him anymore, so I'm not gonna mention it, right? The two that we are kind of linked with for the main targets besides Duran, which I'm gonna brush to the side for now, are Osimhen. That might be a possibility, and Sesko. So that's what I'm saying. Like Sesko's not a bad option, but with regards to general strikers, yeah, Davies is great. Davies has he has 2 seasons now in French league with 20 plus goals.
Yeah,
Jonathan David, sorry, not David, sorry, yeah, right. Like that's something that Osimhen didn't do. Osimhen didn't because he wasn't there long enough in the league. Fair enough, but Osimhen in his career hasn't had 2 seasons where he scored 20 plus goals in any league, right? So that's the thing. It's like you got to pick and choose which poison you're going to choose. If you want, I just want consistency from people. If we're saying certain things, because if we're saying purple patch, Jackson had a purple patch, right? Like last season, we got him because he scored 7 goals at the end. And then people are saying, okay, but Sesko didn't have game time in the beginning. But isn't that the main reason we got Cole Palmer? Because he didn't have enough game time, and then now he has game time and he's showing himself, right? Sesko got the game time in the second half, and then he was banging in goals. And not just tap-ins or headers. You saw shots from outside the box easily, volleys, every type that also Osimhen scores. So he's not just a limited footballer. Because I'm sorry, in terms of striking, the ball striking and finishing ability, based on stats and in general, I don't think Jackson is scoring an outside of the box goal yet. I haven't seen that from him in his career or now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a way bigger. Exactly. So that's a way different weapon that we can have. And obviously, I told you about the heading stats. It's literally night and day, and it's going to help us well offensively in scoring goals with set piece, especially with the Brentford set piece coach, and also defending.
You're just saying what I like to hear. Everything is manifesting. That Brentford set piece coach is going to get us goals from set pieces. Yeah, if you don't know, you know now.
Brian Bomo would be a good option as well. Bomo,
I agree.
I wanted Bomo last couple of seasons ago. I think that ship sailed now. I don't think we're gonna have that luxury anymore.
I think Bomo was linked with Liverpool a few days ago on that right. That'd be a 6 signing for them.
Look, with this youth called Benjamin Sesko, I have favoritism in it. Since I joined streams in 2022, summer, I've screamed it on the Chelsea perspective and I screamed it on your channel, Lewis. I said I want Benjamin Sesko. I said it from the get-go. And we're like, oh, really? I'm telling you, bro, I feel, this guy's ceiling is high. Yeah, we might be chatting shit now. You might feel, man, chatting shit. Trust me, dog. This guy is going places. Yes.
No, I think he's really good too.
Listen, he comes in. I don't mind. Sit on the bench. Jackson's already there. He's done his thing. Sit on the bench and look how you do it. When you come on, he's gonna take his chances, and the rest will be history. I have that belief because in the ability, this guy can head the ball, he can strike the ball. He's tall as well. He's from the school of Haaland. I don't give a fuck what anyone tells me. That's my opinion. I say, yeah. So obviously, I believe he is coming to the top row and getting linked with us.
I was surprised he struggled his first 6 months because I liked what I saw. But sometimes that happens.
Big up, Joey.
What's up, Joe?
Life is not like that, bro. I mean, I wish I could just go to another country.
Joey seems flustered. You all right, Joey? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just dealing with work stuff too.
Oh, fair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bundesliga attackers are risky buys, though. All right.
And I saw Joey's comment about saying we don't want anyone proven. I don't think Joey said that, but I'm just saying I don't think Osimhen to me is that proven yet, right? Because if we're proven to me is Harry Kane, right? No, proven to me is Harry Kane because that's 20.
Wow.
No. I'm saying to me proven.
Bro. Here's my problem with the way that you're talking about Victor, and it's not necessarily that I want Victor or the way that you're talking about Victor last season, comparing him to Sesko this season is almost not even a fair comparison.
Yeah.
You're talking about someone who had
this season. I'm talking about this season. 15 goals
exactly.
And 14.
That's what I'm talking about. This season, it's not fair to compare the two. It's just not. Like, no matter how you look at it, it's not a fair comparison. You're talking about a guy who lost the manager that got him to the place that he was, where he was going to be, where he was, is the one guy who supplied him his goals last year, didn't play half as good as he played this year, and he had 3 different managers this year. So, like, that comparison in itself like I just don't I don't like using it because we've already seen a guy take his team and win the Scudetto. Like it's a totally different comparison. It's not even a fair comparison. Now, okay, we're not in for Osimhen. That's fine. Like I want to compare Jackson. Go back to the Jackson and Sesko comparison.
Sesko, sure.
With Jackson and Sesko, we're spending we're talking about 60 million like it's not any money. Like
Okay.
We're going and getting a guy who even statistically isn't that much better than Jackson outside of winning aerial duels. Like the only thing
expected goals though, Joey. Expected goals. Expected goals is 10 difference. 10 goal difference. 10.
It's not even a real stat, bro, because you're talking about it's not
Well,
even
we do that for goalies. I'm sorry, we do that for goalies
about
the expected. No, but we do that with goalies. We're saying, oh my God, the expected saves. This is why Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the world because he's stopped 5 goals that were supposed to go in this season, right?
I know.
Like 6 goals. There was. I'm not saying you, Steve.
Wait, do we really need stats? Whoa. Do we really need stats to justify why we think Alisson is a top 2 goalkeeper in the world?
Yes, when people are having arguments with them and Ederson, people use these stats. I've seen this in countless streams for people. I'm not saying you guys. I'm saying the general population.
I just here's my problem with that, right? Here's my real problem with that. Like when early in the season with Sesko, when he was getting the opportunities he was getting, he looked like a shell of the type of player that he was back in Austria. He looked like a shell of the player.
But he wasn't getting that many opportunities in the Champions League games. He only had 2 games that he started 90 minutes. The rest were under 35 minutes that he played in the Champions League, for example, in the first half. The opportunities were nothing.
And also to add some additional context, when I watched Leipzig the whole fucking season, they started out slow the first 6 months. As a team, I know that they were going through a rebuild. They lost Lukaku and Szoboszlai, but like. I thought that overall as a team they underperformed. It wasn't just Sesko. Openda was missing. They just couldn't quite get, Schlager was a bit to be fair, Schlager was very good the whole season. But like as a team in a unit, Leipzig were not performing. So it wasn't just Sesko that was underperforming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Kuku was their main playmaker too. One of their main playmakers. If you're talking about a playmaker underperforming, they missed it.
Yeah, that's not my point. The opportunities that he had when he was on the ball, he looked like a shell of a player. Like that's what I'm trying to get to. Now, if you're telling me you're going to go sign this guy off of the same type of purple patch that Jackson had, then okay, whatever. Like that's fine, but you shouldn't be spending 60 million on a guy who had a purple
because
patch.
First of all, he's an actual striker, and in other leagues, because Jackson has, first of all, very little experience in the professional system. Sesko has at least played in Salzburg and had a similar goal-to-game ratio as Holland did during his time there. And he's played in Europe. He's played in Champions League for 2 seasons, and this season went to Europa. So that's something that Jackson does not have, is any European experience. Jackson has now played his first full season as striker, while Sesko's played his entire life there in a system where we praise Jackson for getting touches and involved, while we found out with the Maresca system, you get very little touches as striker. So that's why I'm saying all these things. Because one guy's played as striker all his life, has played in professional football longer, has played in European football from zero experience of Jackson to at least 20 games.
Twice the price of Jackson?
Even if it's
so he's twice the price of Jackson.
From Champions League to
twice. My point is, he's worth twice the price of Jackson. That's what we're talking. That's what we're saying right now. He's worth twice.
Well, we didn't think
Jackson
Palmer was worth any. No, but we didn't. Well, we didn't.
But here's the thing: you're going back. Guys, you're going back to Palmer. You're going back to Jackson. I need someone who's gonna score us goals now. I don't need hope. I don't need hope.
No, but whoever they go for, we can't go for Osimhen. Why can't we go for Osimhen? I wanted him. I wanted that Nigerian right here tomorrow, but we can't go for it. We can't afford him. So
Okay, that's my point though. Is this though, Ibs? My point though is Ibs. This point is this Ibs is we shouldn't be spending 60 million on a guy who is going to back up, who's potentially going to back up the striker that we have.
don't know that.
Never
You
mind
don't know
all that, Joey. Y'all shouldn't.
don't know
I
that.
wouldn't recommend you guys signing him because I don't think he's ready yet for the
I-
move.
This is my whole point, Steve. This is my whole entire point
I
that
don't
they're
think
just not
he-
understanding
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
This is my entire point that they're not
I
understanding.
like Sesko. I'm a fan. I'm with Ibs.
I'm
terms
not.
Of like
I'm not.
excitement.
Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least. He has
Yeah,
a chance
you're
to
right.
prove
I
me
just don't
wrong.
think he's ready for it right yet. Yeah.
Man,
Look at fucking Joao Felix, bro. Joao Felix was one of my favorite
him, man.
fucking players to watch when he break up at season at Benfica. Guess what? This fucking guy moved on way too fucking quick. Now he's like at Barcelona and like, or sorry, he's at Atletico Madrid. They don't fucking want anything to do with him. And now he has to go back to Barcelona where he didn't really do that great.
Man, if we sign him, I hope he proves me wrong, bro. But
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
that's like
But
that's
I'm sorry,
not
with
my
the-
thing. It's
with
not
the-
my point. The
There's not
point
anything to be
is we're
complaining about.
going to spend 60 million on a guy, 60 plus million potentially,
That
because
isn't ready.
and he's not ready yet.
I don't think he's
Just
ready.
not ready yet.
Ready for what?
Just a bit.
But we didn't
we've
think
seen
Palmer
only
was ready.
13 games out of this
Just
guy
step
that
up a
Palmer
actually
was ready.
that he actually
Step
looked like
up a
a
level.
competent
Whoa,
striker, bro.
one at a time.
Broski, we had Cole Palmer on deadline day.
Sorry, you go,
We
you
had
go, Joey.
Yeah,
You go,
Joey, let me just say this, man. Broski, we had Cole Palmer on deadline day. You can't tell me every single one of his fan base was up in arms saying, yes, I can't
And
wait for
Goose-
this man to make his
Still, we didn't know how he would work out. We
We were
said he
all
was
like, what
decent in
the-
the French league, but that's
we were
the
like,
French league.
we were all like, what the fuck are we doing?
So
12 months later, this guy's
like-
the best player, arguably the best player in
That's
the league.
Okay, but how
I'm not
much
saying
did you
that's
spend
what
on
I'm
him,
saying.
bro? How much
Then
did you
he's one
spend
of our
on
best
both
players,
these
Cole
guys?
Palmer.
How much
We
did you
got
spend on both these
the
guys?
last signing of
Almost
the
half.
deadline.
Almost
They're
half.
one of our best
We
players.
almost spent half on both
Once
these
again.
guys. My point
40
is,
million on
is
Cole Palmer.
you
A player
don't
that's never
spend
played Premier League
60.
football.
You don't
Huh?
spend 60 on unproven. You don't
What do you mean
spend 60
unproven?
on
Excuse me,
unproven
this
if
guy's
you
got 2 years
when
in
you
the league,
need
bro.
proven. You already
Because
have unproven.
We spent,
How is that
You
unproven?
already have
But you know-
unproven. Why would you
unproven?
spend 60 more on
you know what the funny,
more
you know what
What are
unproven?
we talking about?
the funny thing, you know what
Joey,
the funny thing
I
is,
think he's trying to say don't
You know
spend it when you already have
the funny
unproven
thing-
players, which
you know what the funny
That's my point.
thing
It's like we already have an unproven striker. Why are we getting another unproven striker and we're spending 60 M's on him?
wait.
you're gonna phone Bowley and them man there and then ask why they're doing it. But I'm happy
Wait.
with the move they're making and that
Okay,
they're
Joey.
bringing in Sesko. I've seen what I like and I like what I see. And I want him at the bridge. I know he's gonna make it. I know he will. But when you see him,
Bro, if he comes to the bridge, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, this guy's never gonna do anything for our club." Oh, I'm not gonna have this negative attitude towards him. But I'm also being realistic, bro. Like this guy, he's 60 million. It's not chump change.
No, it's not.
We need a goalkeeper. Like that 60 million can go get us a proven goalkeeper, the most proven goalkeeper out there.
with Benjamin Sesko up top, with the
Look at us,
players
Elise.
around him, with the players
Yeah,
around
it's
him,
Elise, buddy.
including
I mean, think about it. We could have
Let me
Diego
land, let
Costa,
me land,
Diego
let me land.
Costa instead of Robert Sanchez in goal and go get a striker to back him up that's 30, 40 million.
All right,
Like
you
that's
get-
what I'm saying. If we're gonna go about this route and
What
go
could be
about the route of
what could be the biggest problem, Joey, if we buy Benjamin Sesko and the services behind him will feed him goals? What could be the biggest problem there? We got Cole Palmer, we got Nkuku, we got all these men behind him making the service for him. What could be the biggest problem there? Just adding a known striker up there. Because what, he's a young G? He's not
no, but he's not known is my problem, bro. That's the problem. That's the issue. That's
Don't
the
worry.
focal point of the
He
issue.
will score goals and he'll be known, bro. He's known. I don't wanna jump
it'll
on
probably
this.
be a lot easier to stomach if you were to get all the other areas of the squad sorted, because then you worry about the striker situation a bit less. The bigger thing, though, is that if you're going to spend 60 million on just that one position, you have to make sure you've got every other position patterned and with also proven players.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think that's just the bigger
I think
question mark right now.
if it was someone else, it would probably want to be this problem that we're having. It's just
But
because it's
sorry, I'm blocking my.
And that
I think it'd be someone else. There'd be even more questions. Like if it was Duran we go for instead of Sesko, then I'm like that even more.
If we
But
Then I'm
exactly.
thinking
So,
even
Lewis,
more like, what's the point?
No, but here, like, people are not misunderstanding me, right? Like, all right, so if we're gonna spend the amount of money that we're getting, right, like that we're gonna spend on Sesko, we should be spending on it on a different type of player. Dusan Vlahovic is 50 million pounds, bro. Like,
yeah, Vlahovic is
it's like we're out here talking about there isn't other proven strikers out there, and even if we're not gonna go with the proven route, we shouldn't be spending 60 M's on. Like that's just like
Right.
that's just
Yeah,
that-
I mean,
that's just
that's a fair point.
plain and simple. It's not necessarily Sesko in general, but what he has proven so far is not enough for me to spend that much.
It's just also a case of the market right now as well.
Players are going for
No, but-
you think they're going for 20 million?
Sorry.
What are we doing here? The market's
Sorry,
fine, bro.
I was
That's
walking my
what
dog.
we
What I
do.
was saying is last season we messed
That's the value,
up
bro.
the lease of the deal. We were getting
What's that?
You're jumping it. You're cutting out, bro.
Yeah, you're breaking up,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, yeah.
You're cutting out.
him for 35 million because that was
Yo,
Yeah, you're just cutting out, bro.
CP, you're breaking up,
and
brother.
then because
You're
we couldn't
breaking
get
up.
him.
You're
and
breaking
Cole
up.
Palmer.
You're
That
breaking
was
up,
what
bro.
zero experience. Oh, am I? I'm sorry.
CP,
I'll
you want
join
to
in.
start
I'll back
again?
in 2 minutes. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
he's breaking up. We need to come back in.
Yeah, no worries,
Go
bro.
on, Joey, dog. I was listening to you, my bro. Go on, carry on, bro.
I mean,
Listening to you.
I'm not necessarily, like I said, like I hope this guy proves me wrong. Like I hope Maresca proves me wrong. I hope all these guys just prove me the fuck wrong, bro. Like that's just what
Right.
it comes down to. Like I'm not necessarily gonna sit here and be the negative Nancy. I'm never a negative Nancy. You guys have seen me all year. I was positive about Poch for as long as I could have possibly be positive about Poch for.
Yeah.
When we were
But-
negative on watch-alongs, you're always going into it positive.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not necessarily saying that like this guy is just going to be a absolute flop coming into this league.
Flop,
I don't. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But once again, like we have other issues. We just have other issues. Like I don't want it to be, oh, we're going to get 60 million pound Sesko and then we're stuck with Robert Sanchez in goal. I don't want it to be where we go and get Sesko and we don't get the left back that we need because we spent it on Sesko. Like I'm not saying go get Altingham either because obviously the price is totally out of the ballpark. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm saying if we're going to get unproven, okay, if we're going to get unproven, be better about the funds that you're going to spend on it. Like we already have unproven. Don't go and get more unproven. Like that's the literal
Joey,
problem.
Joey.
With
Yeah.
everyone's problem with this club model at this current moment is we don't have any experience. So you go and get another 20-year-old striker. Like that's like my mindset was we got the youth, go get the few pieces that are a little bit older that could actually push this team a little bit further with their experience rather than going and get another guy who we got to wait and see. Like that's just
Joey,
not
what,
what
you know why Malo
I can't-
Gusto?
I hear that.
Yeah. The thing is, y'all could go for Malo Gusto, 20-year-old Malo Gusto for Olympique Lyonnais, because you had Reece James. Even though Reece James isn't available. Newcastle, we could go for Tino Livramento at right back because we already had Trippier, senior figure. Dan Burn at the time, left back. We brought in Lewis Hall, though, from you guys for 25 M's because it's like, okay, cool. We have an experienced player in his position. That like it's called like you know what I'm saying that someone could like y'all could literally go for like I said Jonathan David is experienced like the guy's been playing football for a while and he's been very consistent and I think again I think he fits
I mean like it doesn't hit the wage bill that much either or it doesn't hit
bro,
the
he
transfer
costs you
budget
35 M's.
and we know that like with Sesko right like people, this is like the debate that we're all going to have if we get him is like, is he our starter or is Jackson going to be our starter? That's going to be the literal debate. When I would rather just see Jackson just get the opportunities and have someone back him up. Like if that's what we're planning on doing, like I'd just rather see that, especially for 60 freaking million. That's just personally.
Whatever the weather, bring in Sesko and let Sesko sit on the bench and watch how Jackson's been doing it for the past year. Pick up some whatever, do what you need to do. I guarantee you that boy will come on and will take his chance. That me, I know.
And yeah, thanks for the patience, guys. I'm walking my dog, and this is the first time me and Joey have disagreed on some. This is the first time me and Joey has disagreed on something because we're usually in tandem with things. No, trust me, I want an Osterman, I want a Gyökeres, but because these aren't the signings we're gonna go for. I'm just talking about the signings we are gonna go for, right? Like I said earlier in this stream, that I want a Yildiz. That's my dream signing, right? And Al-Shaman would be second. But the thing is, with Sesko, it's like we're talking about unproven. I get that. I very much get that. But we kind of did that last season, right? Where we messed up the Elise deal. He was 35 million. He was proven, and then we went for an unproven kid who had less than around 5 Premier League games played in Palmer.
Mhm.
Right, and he did amazing. And the whole thing is, what we're doing is what Lewis is saying, right? In terms of overall quality, very similar to Man City, right? If we get an Elise, I'm just talking about the starting lineup because people are like, we have to also start in Kunku. So if we're gonna have Elise, Palmer, and Kunku, all these playmakers, all these people who can pass, get past their man, create shots, and create for people, then all I need is a bagsman, right? And I can say for sure that he is more of a bagsman to me than Jackson, because we talk about Jackson's intangibles, like helping with link-up play and everything. But with Maresca's system, you don't need that much with your striker, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And I do get your thing about Vlahovic, but once again, we're not linked, and I don't see anything with Maresca.
Right.
I also have shouts for Davis.
I'm just using Vlahovic.
Might not sell him.
I use Vlahovic as just an example because you said there's someone in the chat that said who's proven that's under 60 million, and I just gave you an example.
I agree with that.
That's because people don't do their research.
Like I just Steve, the problem with it is that like people don't actually have the knowledge that me and you do with these other leagues. So like when we watch these other leagues as frequently as we do, and then then people tell us, oh, there is nobody else. But me and you sit here where we could pick out 4 players for each goddamn position, and it like from each part of the world, and they don't know they won't know nobody, no one. Like you brought up Albert Humanson the other day. I'm like, Albert Humanson is a absolute baller. But,
or just Xerxes. Why don't we go for Xerxes? But that's the thing. It's like that's
like
my thing. It's
30 million, 35 million release clause for Xerxes.
Yeah, for Xerxes. That's what I'm saying. 35.
It's like the guy is as highly rated as Sesko across Europe, and he's half the price.
They're completely different players, to be fair, as well.
That's true. That's true. But they're rated. Yeah. They're rated almost equivalent.
Probably.
Xerxes.
I think Xerxes is a bit higher rep, maybe just a little bit, but similar. Yeah, definitely. Similar.
Yeah,
but Joey, the thing is,
I'm just saying. I'm just going based off of if you're going based off of like what scouts are saying, not necessarily what we need, right? I'm just going based off of what scouts are saying. Like these are players. I don't know how much Santiago Jimenez is going for.
He's linked with Tottenham and Liverpool most.
Yeah, but how much? I knew he would be linked with Liverpool. I
think
knew
we see
45 million for Santiago.
45 is a steal for Jimenez, man.
Yeah, for Jimenez. Yeah, but
that's a bagsman.
Yeah, it is.
That's a bagsman. Like we're like that's what I'm saying. Like we could keep going. I could keep giving you. Eli Wahi's probably going for 40 million. Like there's other names.
Not even 40.
There's other names, bro. There's other names. Like that's my point. If you're going to get someone who's unproven, you don't have to spend that much money. Like that's my whole entire point.
Yeah.
So the board ain't going for Xerxes.
And think about how much criticism Jack. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Pick up the chat.
Finish.
Just quiet.
Go, Steve.
Go on, bro. Go on, Steve. Go on.
I was just gonna say about Sesko. I mean, look how much criticism Jackson, and rightfully or wrongfully, how much criticism Jackson got this year. Nobody ever said, "Oh, they paid this amount." Bro, every time Sesko misses this chance, misses that, and I don't care personally, but I'm just saying in general, like he's gonna be hit with the Chelsea paid 60 mil for this bum and this and that. And think about how much criticism Jackson, a 35 million.
Yeah, that happens. That would happen regardless what club he joins.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's not just us, it's Arsenal, it's Manchester United. All of them got similar interests.
But yeah, like Joey's right. If y'all want, look
at that, another option. Artem Dobvik from Girona scored 24 goals. So he's 40 million pounds, 25 million. He's 25 years old.
Alexander
still release clause.
Yeah, he's a 40 million pound release clause. Like what? Like here's this. Like I just listed 5 guys we could go for that are not Benjamin Sesko, that are young, that are all around the same age bracket. 4 guys that are all around the same age bracket. Huh?
Repeat those names again. Because I might understand.
Eli Wahi, Santiago Jimenez, Dobvik, and I had one.
Xerxes.
Xerxes. There's
Xerxes,
four
yeah.
names, all under. They're all around 40 to 45 million, all around the same age bracket. All have had 1 year in an elite league and scored goals. All of them, every single one of them.
Y'all could throw in Mustafa
That's a great-
Mohammed, Eintracht Frankfurt, or sorry, not Mustafa Mohammed.
Jimenez
Marmoush.
completely fell off everyone's radar.
Seru
though.
Garassi or
Marmoush, the Egyptian striker at Frankfurt. There's another one. There's another one that you get for like 40, 45 million that I think would fit with the way you guys want to play. Like, there are Skamaka, for fuck's sake.
Garassi for 20.
Don't let. All I'm saying is with Skamaka.
Garassi for 20.
Girassi. Like, come on, man. People fucking.
They just don't know, Steve. That's the point. They just don't know. They don't know what's around Europe. They just don't know. They just think what we're linked with is what the only thing that's around. That's
fucking.
That's why I always say, even if like I don't have names or someone else doesn't have names, we are not the be all and end all of recruitment.
Yeah, of
No.
course.
There are names out there if you do deeper research. Like that's just like 8 different examples.
The question is, we're naming these names,
That's
but the sporting
insane.
directors
If you
looking
want
at these names.
experience,
That's the real
body,
problem.
I rate that.
If you want an experienced body, Duvan Zapata at Torino. That's a hella experienced striker. Fucking
like
Atalanta
it wouldn't cost a shitload of money either. Zapata, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. You're talking about Skamaka, Ibs.
Or Skamaka too.
No. He's talking about Atalanta, the black brother that used to play for
He-
Atalanta.
Yeah,
He used to play for Atalanta, correct? Yes,
Yeah.
Duvan Zapata used
He
to
had
play
a
for
good season
Atalanta.
for Torino this year. He's a
That's gonna
fucking
be tonight's research.
He's done his wool bag, and I'm not saying they're not going to.
Albert Hutchinson played a bunch of striker this year, by the way.
Goodmanson was so
It's just the
good.
model that Win Stanley and Shields and Bowley and Igbali want to get a 27-year-old striker
Yes, Vagic have led
with
us.
no resale value and having
Are you talking about the AZ striker?
any of these strikers that are above 26. or
Yeah, I like
25.
Pavlidis a lot.
Yeah. And
He's going to
here's the
make
thing:
people
if you go and you get an experienced striker who's just going to be the backup, he's probably going to cost you around 20 to 30 million at
But
most.
that's what I'm saying. Zapata
At
would be
most.
like perfect.
At most, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing. And I'm just,
Okay.
it is what it is. If we get Sesko, bro, that's just what it comes
Yeah.
down to. It just is what it is.
It's the way you want to play.
I don't even think we
I
get him, to
understand.
be honest. I think he goes Arsenal.
My
Yeah.
son wish-
And Lewis, the reason why you don't get these, you're not getting these links, is because technically, like especially because of his height, specifically, like his height is what separates himself from these other strikers that I named. So, like he's gonna get he had this release clause that has been pending since last
Speaking of
year.
Dobvik, we've been tracking him for the last few months, according to Pies. Sesko's who we are waiting on.
Stud.
Yeah, so like I said, once we see where that Benjamin Sesko domino falls, then you're gonna start seeing all these other names start to pop up. Like
Yeah.
literally, you're gonna see all these other names start to pop up. Big time.
Corona are about to sign a sick right winger from Uruguay as well, Luciano Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
Oh
Fucking
my
hell.
word! I've only seen a few of the of his games for Liverpool and Uruguay, but like fuck, I was impressed. Very, very impressed. So look out for that.
He's one of those upcoming next
Very-
talent coming out of South America.
Yeah, he looks good.
Federico Mastantuono as well from Argentina. Yeah, they got some talent coming up. That'd be City Group. Obviously scouted him, signed him for Girona. A
Yeah.
few years he ends up at City. Because
Yeah.
Savio's probably going to link up with the City squad.
Sesko is not a Havertz. Sean Newlands. How many times have you watched Benjamin Sesko play football? He's not a Havertz regen
Yeah,
at all.
Sesko's not a winger slash center attacker.
He is a
He-
striker. Okay.
He's a striker. He's a true striker. But what Sean is saying is this, right? What Sean is saying is this,
Big,
right?
tall, and lanky white dude. Yeah.
With questionable scoring attributes.
Right.
That's the biggest one.
With questionable scoring attributes, right?
But he's
Big,
a
tall, and
way
lengthy with
more
questionable
better
scoring
finisher
attributes.
than- way more natural finisher than Havertz.
Oh,
Way.
for sure.
Ball
For sure.
striking,
For sure.
technique.
Havertz isn't a striker. As much as Arsenal fans want to try to convince you that he's a striker, he's not. Like,
I don't know what the fuck he is.
no
I
one
don't
knows
know
what the
what
fuck
he
he
is.
is. No one
He's
knows.
got good physical attributes. He ain't got the technical attributes to pin down any position. That's his problem.
Sesko is 5 years younger than a Kai Havertz, though. I mean, look at he is 4 or 5 years younger than Sesko. I get his point. Like Sesko is like Havertz, but Sesko under Enzo Maresca is gonna be sucker for system. Listen, when you're talking about Sesko, this guy is only 21, right? And he's a sucker for high-end system. Put Sesko in Enzo Maresca team, put him in Pep Guardiola team. That guy is gonna give you all sort of fucking difficult goals. That's why I do understand our links with Sesko and Olise, because Olise under the previous manager before Glasner was not that good, but under Glasner with proper system, he's just balling out literally in last 2 months. I mean,
you think Clarissa, you like to go on a lot long, but I want to ask you questions, bro. Like, I actually like when you talk, but I want to ask you questions, right? Like, so do you think Sesko is the right fit for this club at this current moment? For 60 million, by the way, we're spending just for that 60 million number. You think that's the right fit?
What sort of a stakeholder are you targeting? Are you targeting coach, or for us, for audience, or for people who are in the club? What sort of audience?
That's a good question. Let's just say for now it's for the club. Okay, because that's what most of our signings are. It's for the club. Enzo technically isn't the person that's making the final decision, so let's just say it's for the club.
For the club, Sesko is not something we would be happy with, because we hate system players. So under Pochettino, right, we saw no structure, and they call it like free-flowing structure. I mean, it's an oxymoron, right? There was no attacking system. So Jackson was bowling out. Cole Palmer was bowling out. Cole Palmer couldn't bowl out under City because he wants to play free-flowing football, and Jackson wants to play free-flowing football. But if you give him Enzo, right? But you asked me only about us, right? Under us, we people prefer, like Chelsea fans prefer free-flowing attack. So Sesko is not right fit for us. But for Enzo Maresca, Jackson is not gonna be his guy. Cole Palmer would not have the best of best what he had with us this year, right? So for under Enzo Maresca, we are like new Arsenal fans who are really patient with Arteta's system. Then Sesko is a pure high-end, high-class, 21 years old, high-end player, which would suit the Enzo Maresca style. I don't know about us though.
Okay.
For me,
Class
like I said, this whole time when y'all are linked with Sesko, I like what I see out of the player, particularly the last 6 months at Leipzig. And I think Leipzig Classic, would you agree with me that Leipzig start off the season slow as a team? Because I thought they got better as the season went on, right? So it wasn't just people are saying Sesko was shit the first 6 months. His goals, his GNA wasn't good. It was like, no, Marco Rosa was, he was juggling around with formations, tactics, personnel. They got better as the season went on. That's fair to say, right? So for me with Sesko, like, I think he's shown that when the team's level went up, he was a reason why it went up, and he thrived in it. But when the team was struggling, he was struggling. That's what it is. So if y'all are playing good foot, if y'all buy Sesko, and I think he fits the way Maresca wants in a striker, then I think he'll succeed. But when y'all are struggling, I don't think you'll be that guy to like pick a goal out of nowhere kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, we need the service.
That's like carry results.
It's about service, isn't it?
So like Haaland, yeah. Do you regard Haaland in? This ain't a comparison in one shape or form to Sesko. This is a segue. Do you think he will need the service for him to have these clutch moments? Do you reckon he would take his chances if it was in the 87th minute and we're 2-2? Do you think he would take his chances or miss it? Is that what you're alluding to, or do you allude to the fact that if we're losing,
if they're playing well, then yeah. Yeah, if his team's playing well, then he'll take. I think he's more of. I think he is kind of a confidence player, sort of thing. But this is why I said. This is why I think he should stay another year at Leipzig.
I believe he's the type of striker that needs the service to get the best out of it.
I think he does too, but on the break he can definitely carry the fucking.
He definitely can carry the ball. He can carry the ball. I agree with that bit.
Yeah.
But obviously, I believe he's a striker that really will need the service to get the best out of it.
And Sesko has a mentality at young age. Bro, he has mentality.
You're gonna get the goals. I mean, it's like anywhere.
Yeah.
You know. I'm just saying.
He has mentality. If you look at Arsenal, how patient is Kai Havertz? We hate Kai Havertz, right? He's a fucking bum. But he's patient because Arteta gives him that sort of a system. And under Enzo Maresca, obviously they come from the same school of Pep Guardiola, right? Sesko has a mentality. Steve was talking about how slow Sesko started and then how fast he picked it up. It just ends up in mentality. If you give him a system, if you really are honest to yourself, next year if you are looking for Jackson or Cole Palmer to bowl out, that's not Enzo Maresca plan. Enzo Maresca plan is to win games. Narrow margin, right? Have us on the top of the table, and he wants patience. And with Jackson, he wouldn't be suitable for Enzo Maresca team. But in case if other people have their say, then yeah, fine. Jackson is fine then. If we want to encourage free-flowing Pochettino, no structure football, then fine. And listen, Sesko for me, and is typically like Haaland, right? But Sesko has a better touch, by the way. I mean, he has a bit better touch than Haaland. But Haaland has a strength.
Hope you have a good day.
Joey.
So you're saying he's just slightly more techier, but Haaland's a much better finisher. Which I understand. I agreed with a lot of what you were saying.
Sesko's not a good passer. He's not a link-up guy.
I agreed with a lot of what Klasroff was saying. The only thing I didn't agree with was that Maresca would want tighter games. Like, I think he's still going to aim to try and dominate teams and score by as many goals as possible. It just might be tighter in the case that, like, maybe a system doesn't get implemented immediately and you do have more tougher games as a result, which is just understandable and we're probably used to after the last 2 seasons. So I don't think a lot of people are going to be against that. The bigger question is going to be the style of play, how it develops throughout the season, and individuals developing. And if anything, Maresca will deserve more patience because he's the inexperienced one. Poch isn't.
Yeah, as long as he's doing the job to the best of his ability, and it's looking like because Poch didn't do the best job of his ability. But then again, we just found out he don't have much ability. Like that
was all we got, and we were mid-table until like May.
You got to earn, exactly. You got to earn to get more time, kind of thing. And I think Maresca, will definitely he'll do a good job with you guys.
Hit the ground running. Just try and hit the ground running. That's the best thing I could ask for you. Like, it will be so much more easier.
Enzo probably like Enzo. What I saw Enzo Maresca, he probably was playing with Docker, and you don't get that much touches in attack. I mean, the last line of attack, you hardly get touches.
Yeah,
and when you do get touches,
the rest of the strikers get like 22 touches a game on average. So that makes sense. That's why I was even more for potentially getting Osimhen after hearing that, because everyone's talking about, he don't fit the style of play and everything. He's going to need more touches of the ball. No, he's not. He's going to have to be in the right position and shoot. Fine.
Well, I don't give a fuck.
Fine,
Lukaku would listen. We hate Lukaku. Lukaku would be awesome for Enzo Maresca, by the way. Oh, sorry, guys.
And you know what? And you know what the crazy thing is? Maresca might really like Lukaku and say, "Nah, I want you to." Who knows? Maresca.
I hear it. It's just Lukaku spent 3 seasons actively trying to leave, so I don't see any way.
But then again,
we're not wrong.
I expect him to leave too, but what I'm saying is expect the unexpected sometimes.
Yeah, but just like I said, whatever you find out today, what's today's date? what? June.
Yeah,
What's it? Have you seen our odds?
It will change
Our
by
odds
next
is
week.
the same for us to win the league as it is for us to get relegated. We're literally 50. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
yeah, because we're the most unpredictable team in the league right now. No one knows where to expect us next season.
Hey, we finished 6th last season. We probably finished 12th next. God
Well, it's
forbid.
because we've got good
Oh,
players. That's
God
why.
forbid.
But they're just a bit young.
Nah,
God
I'm
forbid.
expecting top 4. I'm expecting top 4.
Top 4 and a trophy.
I'm not expecting.
And you
any
don't
of
even have to be consistent to get top 4.
I do not care how he does it. You just need to make sure that in May next year you're in the top 4 of the Premier League.
Facts. And I want to be lifting up that Conference League. I need to be seeing armpits at the end of the season.
I need a European run as well. Yeah.
Facts. Madueke, Sterling, whoever our sub striker is, Robert
Fofana.
Sanchez.
That's for Fofana, probably.
Yeah, that Fofana. I want to be seeing movies in that Conference League, bruv. Ripping the
Turkey
fuck
is
out
a
everyone.
Turkey is a beautiful place to fucking live. Like Sterling, you have an option, bro.
Oh, you're
Turkey
talking about
is Jose
Fenerbahce
Mourinho
link?
fucking there.
Fenerbahce.
Yes.
Yeah, Fenerbahce wants Sterling, apparently. Like,
Bro, everybody's leaving.
Go on, I dare you.
Everybody's
They
leaving
are
and
in the
going to
Champions
Germany.
League next year, and Mourinho's there, so they maybe could attract Sterling. You know, I didn't think that they'd be able to get
Hey, you're not wrong
Zaha.
about Turkey, that's for sure.
To be fair, when
The
Galatasaray got
weather is
Zaha,
nice.
you weren't a little bit surprised because like Zaha.
Was that not a free? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that not on a free?
It might have been, to be fair.
Yeah.
How much is what's it called? What's his fucking face? How much does Sterling have left on his contract?
3
He
years.
probably has another 3 years.
Yeah.
300k.
3 years or
so.
325.
Oh, you know what it'll be? It'll be a loan. That's if he goes, it'll be a loan.
But Mourinho will have to single-handedly push for that because I don't see.
And we'll still have to
Yeah.
pay about
Let's go to
70%
Chelsea
of the
again.
wages.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and I don't know. I don't know about Sterling even. I think that brother's chilling.
Nah,
On
fuck
90
Lane,
days.
man.
Fenerbahce's
We either
wage
fucking
structure.
sell him or we
Or
fucking...
keep.
Yeah, that's
Exactly, yeah.
We either
That's
sell
it.
What's
him or he fucking
Fenerbahce's
stays on the
highest paid
bench.
I agree with you, Matt. We sell
So
him or keep him.
Fenerbahce's highest paid players are Edin Dzeko, Fred, and Dusan Tadic on 134k euros a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are paying more than half of those
It
wages on the
depends,
road.
Yeah.
but you know what it is about Fenerbahce and Galatasaray? They push the fucking limits in terms of their spending.
It's pointless
last
because you never
summer.
know. Sterling turns up sometimes, and when he does play good, mate, that geezer plays good, mate. It's just you never know.
Yeah, but the housing and food is very cheap in Turkey. I mean, Wilfred Zaha did that Turkey thing. You know, the clothing in England and in Europe is too expensive. In Turkey, they're doing the fake ones that look real ones. So he's saving 100k over there. Sterling is saving 100k's over there, like Wilfred Zaha used to do that. You know, Zaha made that kind of like conversion.
Sterling can still pay the big bucks. You don't have to go DHK and all that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Zaha. Nobody expected Zaha to go to Turkey, by the way.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to go Turkey, but yo, man's fighting for league titles now. That's all he ever wanted.
And Fenerbahce were too. Yeah. You never know, bro. You never know.
Yeah. What about your
age profile?
opinion?
Special one, man. Save us.
He fits their age profile as well. What? He's like 30 now, isn't it? Zaha's 30 now.
Yeah,
31. Yeah,
thereabouts.
fits their
Who's
age profile.
Sterling is what?
Who's Plasrep enthusiast?
Who do you think?
That's all.
Oh, big up Fata. Big up Fata.
Got the tour.
Shout out Fata. Fair enough. Oh, yeah,
Big up
sorry.
everyone except Steve because he's a fraud. And
Lewis, you want to hear something funny? Lewis, you want to hear something funny?
Get out of here, Steve. Get out of here.
Go on, bro.
Out of here.
Hey, I've just gone
Get
downstairs.
off my lawn.
I've just gone downstairs and my dad, my brother, and some ladies there. Guess what's on the fucking TV?
You?
No, fucking you, Troops, Flawless. And,
The Back Again pod.
Yeah, one of your Back Again pod things. Fucking, I was just like, Dad. I was just like, why have you got fucking Lewis and Flawless on?
That is mental.
Lewis is the biggest fucking celeb. He's a British legend. I don't know why you even talk to us fucking poser people.
No, I just weren't
Come on,
expecting.
man. I ain't no celeb. I appreciate it, love. Big up, bro. Big up to Anthony
Now,
LaFleur. Sorry, I kept
if
you
you talk
chats.
about Chelsea, if you talk about like Chelsea T-shirt, Drogba comes to your mind, the blue one. If you see Salzburg T-shirt, you know Sesko comes. And if you talk about Chelsea fan, oh, this guy comes. This what expression says to you? I mean, this loose guy, he comes to
Ethiopian
fucking
Khan.
mind, bro. You're a household name, bro. I want to see you in fucking jungle, bro. I want to see you in Love Island, like,
You want to see me on I'm a Celeb?
listen. I want to listen. Joy Essex is back on TV, bro.
If
I want to
Lewis
see you.
goes on something like
see
that,
Joy
he comes in
Essex
as the
girlfriend.
controversial character. Controversial, carefree Lewis G.
Controversy.
Fucking
Hey, I gotta dip.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, no worries,
big
bro.
up,
We'll
Steve.
redirect over in a little sec. Big up, my guy.
Steve is a celeb too, bro. See, Steve is a fucking bipolar celeb. He doesn't know which team to support, by the way.
A bipolar celeb. That's a bipolar football fan. It's crazy.
Crash it, crash it.
I was so wrong about the guy Tosin. I mean, Tosin is actually really fucking fast. And then he comes from proper, like, he's a proper
Faster than
volley range
Chalobah.
guy, Manchester guy. He is, I think he's best friends with Sterling and Rashford, by the way. And he has a fucking strong backing. He is too good in the air. And imagine the South Sea, Badashili, and Tosin. That's a great wall of fucking China. Like, too strong. Like, sometimes as an attacker, right? They are massive. Every corner is going to be probably a goal, because remember the first goal was scored by the Saucy, and then when we needed Enzo to score, Barashili gave the pass right to Enzo, and Enzo scored his goal because of Barashili too, right? If you look at our defense, and if you look at these three guys, the Saucy, Barashili, and Tosin, imagine you starting a game. You're not going to be even attacking. Or who are these big guys? 50% of your defense is sorted then. Like, the attacker's going to be thinking, nah, I'm not going to be taking that decision to attack because they're going to run at me. They're going to run at you, bro.
You just can't run through them.
So for me, like, the defense is going to look super cool next year. Super cool, super huge. There's going to be goals. And then you add Sesko to miss. You have Butasi, Barashili, Sesko, and then you have a Tosin. The proper volley range guy, right?
Doesn't Sesko want Arsenal though?
Yeah, it's looking like that as well.
Lost.
He probably is going there, but I want him.
Well,
He's
if
on
he
my
wants to go there, fuck that, bruh. Do you know what I mean? Fuck off then.
But I think that's just rumours. I think
Tony was the same. He wanted Arsenal.
You know what I mean? I think that's just rumours. I don't think necessarily that he's come out and said I want to play for Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I think that's just.
But different as make Arsenal
logically, though, Arsenal makes the most sense. They offer more money. They'll offer you immediate competition for major honours. They're still in London. We're not going to offer him above 150k a week, and I'd be really surprised if we did.
If we do, I see that happening.
Yeah.
Well, Michael.
I don't think we get him anyway.
Well, you don't think we get Michael Elise?
No, at least say we'll get
at least I think it's a good chance. Yeah, we get him.
See that one.
Also, there was news from Max saying there's been some behind-the-scenes talks. At least saying no rush to leave Palace, and will only leave if the project is right for him. So we will see how this develops. So
yeah, well, this project shit.
We could even just stay at
This
Palace.
is a dead project. This project is fucking dead. We don't know what the fuck we're gonna get from it.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, literally.
No,
mate.
like the project is still kicking. It's just this had better be the right managerial appointment. The players I believe in.
Now, listen, you almost had De Zerbi and Amrin, but because these are intermediaries, these are companies, these are influencers, right? The companies want you to, they want to give us the information. When they were giving us information, we were taking it, and that was happening. Gallagher going to get sold, Havertz going to get sold, Mount going to get sold. But then these influencers fucked it up because we were supposed to back Enzo, right? Enzo Fernandez. Fernandes because 1.5 years nobody was having a go at Enzo Fernandes. But these motherfucker influencer, what they did is they started saying, "Oh, Barashili, Dasasi, this. We're gonna sign De Zerbi. Listen, the intermediaries, the companies, these people wanted you to pass you information. They didn't want to make you to make a fucking decision. And when you start saying, "Oh, we want to get De Zerbi," you're actually not really. You're not making a decision. They're gonna do their own thing now because because Dasasi is 35 million and Barashili is 35 million. Listen, because Dasasi was about to be 70 to 80 million, right? And Barashili value was going up, and then these influencers fucked it up. They started going after them. So you fucked the Chelsea business, and now they're not going to give you information because you guys imagine the influencers. Listen. These 10, 15 influencer, whoever they mingle around each other. These influencer wanted De Zerbi. Imagine if they made it possible to get De Zerbi, right? They would be shitting on you, Lewis. They would be shitting on me. They would be saying whatever we say happens. Whatever we say happens, but now that's not the case. Now they are tamed. They are tamed
what are you
now.
going on about?
It's a bit too deep, bro. It's a bit too deep.
Honestly, he's just been talking for like a minute, and I literally do not have an absolute Scooby what he's going on about. Like can we just talk about something else? Because it's giving me a headache.
It's a bit too much. It's the influencers. Listen. You have same person. Cass is talking same rubbish. Nini is talking same rubbish. These guys are fucking wanking each other off on WhatsApp, talking same rubbish. Oh, Colville or Fafana is going to play at the back. You don't know, bro. You don't know back four system. Enzo Merska plays with the keeper. So they're trying to tell us. They are trying to tell us they run the club, but De Zerbi didn't sign for you. De Zerbi didn't fucking sign for you. You know why? Because Chelsea intermediaries and all the companies said, okay, we give these influencer information, and they try to dominate on online platform, and they're fucking up our players like the Sassi Barashili because of Enzo. That doesn't make sense. I saw people like Alex come on stream and say, "Oh, the Sassi is a disaster, Barashili is a disaster." Bro, you're fucking up your influencers' business, bro.
Kick him, Lewis, man.
Don't say that because nobody was having a go at Enzo Fernandes.
Lewis,
there was very minimum
or something for a minute. Oh, fuck it. I don't mind him talking. I genuinely don't know what he's going on about. And he just keeps talking.
Listen, I'm just going on something like... Listen, Lewis would understand. Matt, you don't need to understand. Matt, you don't need to understand, bro. You're a garbage guy. You don't need to fucking understand. You're gonna understand in 3 years' time. You're gonna understand in 3 years' time, bro.
I don't know what you're going on about. You're just screaming.
Bro, you're just listen. You just go out with girls, bro. You drink. You do your alcohol. You buy the tickets. I'll tell you the tickets of matches. You do your basic stuff. You're a basic guy, bro. I don't hate you for being basic, bro.
It's okay.
I don't hate you. Listen, you enjoy with your girls. You enjoy with your alcohol.
It's okay, Clasworth.
Just listen to what? I don't even know what he's going on about.
It's fine. Clasworth is fine.
Yeah, because it's not your part, bro. It's not your part. It's something different. You're not gonna get it.
Summarize it.
Everybody understands what. All right. Listen, why I'm lowering my IQ because he wants to just turn off his stream and then go for alcohol and bang out girl.
I'm not calling you
why
out.
am I fucking lowering my IQ for Matt?
I'm not lowering your IQ.
Matt, listen, I know
you wanted a short summary. To be honest, I could do with that as well. I'll be real.
Yeah, obviously how a lot of the other Chelsea content creators were basically saying how it was basically guaranteed we're going to get Roberto De Zerbi and whatnot. Obviously a lot of these people run their mouths on YouTube.
That was not a brief. Actually, brief was De Zerbi. I think No. The
Actually,
brief
that
was
does make sense
deserving.
to do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
but what they did was to protect Enzo Fernandes, 100 million, 125 million, whatever. They fucked up Barashili and the Saucy because their value was going up. They fucked the Chelsea business. So now intermediaries were like, oh, these motherfuckers, we give them information, we pass them information, and now they try to dominate us. They try to fuck up our business, and that's the reason these, these minis and all these motherfuckers are tamed now. They are very careful, and all the information they give us, like, oh, Cole is going to start, or Fofana's going to be at the back. Bro, but Fofana's been on a fucking
What's the
bench,
main point of this,
muppet,
Pazric,
and
though?
then
Like,
he's telling
why are
inverted,
you saying all
the
this?
keeper has to be inverted. The keeper links
What?
Roberto Sanchez is
Fucking
preferred
hell, I
by
can't
Enzo
fucking hear nothing.
Maresca.
It's fucking voice.
Enzo Maresca doesn't prefer Roberto Sanchez because last year, if I know, there was a keeper who was preferred by Pochettino and he
Big
never
up,
fucking
Lewis. Big up,
played.
no. Matt,
So
big up. Nathan
Enzo,
Evans.
listen,
Big up,
Enzo
bro.
Maresca doesn't prefer Roberto Sanchez. When you say you prefer Roberto Sanchez, you're having a go at Petrovic, who is about to be 50 million too. So you're fucking up business, bro. You're fucked up. That's why I am so happy we signed Enzo Maresca, because now these motherfuckers are tamed. Because they want to dominate you, Lewis. They want a normal platform they want to do the domination. And now they can't. They are fucking tamed. They wanted to do domination. They wanted to say whatever information we get is the right information. Follow us. But then the problem is you get the information like you get it. Everybody gets the information. But what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to play around that information. We are not supposed to defame other players because we want to protect that information. Everybody's listen. Chelsea gives
Protect the
information to
reputation of
everyone.
players by criticizing them less.
Certain people have agendas, right?
Chelsea gives information to every single person. Yeah, the content creator job was just to pass that information, play around that information, but don't overcross it. And they did overcross it by making problems with Petrovic and the Saucies and Barashili. These motherfuckers were about to be 100 million. And then they play the next day they play. Oh, they did not call into French squad. French squad is fucking huge. They have 15 centre backs.
Yeah.
Gossip, I do have a question.
Petrovic right now. Listen. Petrovic is amazing keeper, and now they're saying, "Oh, Enzo Maresca, system doesn't allow Petrovic to start." You are fucked up, bro. And then they make that picture where that you have to be on the keeper has to be on the midfield on the position. And when you tell them this is not fact, this is what the Chelsea people did not gave you this information. You're just making up. Then they tell you, "Oh, you're racist," or "You need to get banned," or "You're dumb," or "We don't get you." Right. If you want to play that game, you don't know who you're playing game with. Because the game you're playing with, he might know more than you. He might be more well connected than you. So my point is, when you get information, right, you just play around that information. If I'm getting Sesko information, yesterday I'm saying Sesko is not better than Joe, whatever, Jackson, and now I'm saying Sesko is better than Jackson. I'm playing with it because I know the system, because how are you going to play with it? But these motherfuckers go too much. You are just a content creator on a sofa. We are giving you fucking money, bro. Stay in your fucking lane. Enjoy football. Say what you are supposed to say. Don't fucking misspread the information. And when these influencers doesn't control their people, like people come here, they don't control their people. Just after the match, they bring these people and say, "Oh, Barashili made the mistake. Oh, the Saucy." They're not gonna explain other things. And when you try to explain it, they're gonna call you bipolar. And then they're gonna come again. Like after football match, listen.
Can I ask a question, please? Can I ask a question?
Go on.
So you're thinking about Maresca next season as well. So would you start Colwell as a centre forward, or would you also start Enzo Fernandez as a false 8?
Yeah, listen. I gotta go, but I'm just telling you, don't. If you get information, play around the information. Don't try to be a fucking a daddy or something. Oh, I know everything. You don't know everything. You're not gonna destroy other investments. Everyone is investment. You're not going to destroy somebody else's investment because Chelsea had really rated Barisili and Dasasi, and Dasasi was not even injured, and he didn't play because of Chalaba, because Enzo. Oh, they wanted to make a point that if Enzo doesn't play, Dasasi, if he plays in defense, we still wins. They removed Dasasi because of this influencer, and then these Chelsea people are like, oh, we are Chelsea consortium. We are finished with these motherfuckers. We're not gonna sign De Zerbi. We're not doing Amriam. We are doing Enzo Maresca. We are done with these motherfuckers, bro. No, like we don't have to say what they tell us to say anymore. We are free.
So why Gallagher's contract has been run down? Chelsea's sporting leadership and ownership have not been convinced he should be integral to their long-term midfield plans. AKA they have brains. Okay, fair play to them. Fair play to them.
5 people are against. Listen, how are you going to have a value of Gallagher go to 50, 60 million? You talk rubbish, I talk nice. At least it's 50-50. People's going to believe everything. But when you, just to protect your fucking single player and Enzo Fernand, who isn't even paying you because he's already fucking paid full, right? He's not doing anything for you. And you're not being 50-50 with him. And you're saying Dasasi and Balashili are bullshit. You're fucking up the investment, bro. You don't understand how this thing works, bro. Simple. Gallagher, we hate Gallagher, but then there's Chloe, and when there's some part of me who likes Gallagher. That's how you increase a player's value. You can't just go like boom, down, done. If that was the case, Havertz would not be sold for fucking 65 million. If he wasn't predetermined, like Carefree, or I wasn't talking shit about, because Havertz had mad PR. The people like on Twitter was actually defending Havertz. That's how the value goes up. Mount values goes up because of Minerals FC. So don't fuck it up like Disas just because they listen. I remember the days, bro. You know why? They want to do the same thing they did with you, Lewis, and with Minerals, because Minerals didn't like Gallagher, and he ended up supporting Gallagher. You didn't. You liked Havertz, and you ended up disliking Havertz. They wanted to do the same with me because I liked Disasi and Badashili. They wanted to make a system where I start, disliking them, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be here defending all the fucking 24 times because you influencers have no control anymore. I'm not going to defend anymore. Like, why I'm going to defend Disasi Badashili when I know the club actually want their price to go up? These motherfuckers said, these motherfuckers, listen, when I asked the question 2 years ago, everybody knows, we need German defenders, German players. Everybody was saying, no, we need French people. We need French guys. Everybody compromised. We found you one of the top defenders, Barashili and Disasi from French league. And then you're saying, no. This was their line. They wanted French defenders. I didn't want a French defender. I wanted German defenders. I wanted German blood. And when people compromise,
wait, Klasref, I hear all of that. I do have to wrap up in about 2 minutes. I gotta go to football, so I'm gonna run through these super chats quickly. And then I'm going to lock this all. Big up to Anti Lafleur saying, big up, Lewis. I don't understand why my club is asking you guys about bringing Lukaku in on a loan when your owners don't want to send him on loan. And we need a starter since Giroud is heading to LAFC. The reason why is because Italian clubs and their money, respectfully. You guys don't have the same budget as Premier League clubs. And we've also folded twice on selling Lukaku and accepted loan offers. So you probably think we're going to fold again and send him on loan. I don't even blame you for thinking that. We folded twice. We've shown we don't have a backbone in this situation. The only thing that suits us is that his wages have gone down in the last year. But you might even just get him on loan just because we're going to have to get rid of him sooner or later. He could just wait things out as much as possible. The only thing I would say about AC Milan is he's pissed off Inter enough. Does he want to keep doing that? I'm not too sure. But big up, bro. Sorry it took so long to get to your super chat. Big up to Keyshawn saying, guys, you think the Girona striker has been better upside than Sesko? Has a better upside than Sesko? If you're talking about a ceiling, it remains to be seen because it's a bit too early with the pair of them. He's just got a better price tag and probably better wages that you could offer to him. He's not being scouted by Arsenal and United at the same time, for example. We could maybe go for that one on the side while everyone's focusing on Sesko. I don't know. But Dobvik has had a very good season, got a good range of finishing, so I wouldn't be against the transfer. Cheaper wages. I actually do a little bit more research into him now I've seen the Max tweets. And I'm saying he's more physical and he's fast as well. Well, I mean, Sesko's meant to be physical himself. His problem's decision making, if anything, and just again, age.
Lewis, you need to go. Lewis, you need to go. But just listen to me. If you want a fucking Lamborghini, right? And you get Lamborghini, and then after fucking 1 second, you say, "I don't want that. I don't want that." You wanted Barashili. Everybody wanted the Sasasi Barashili. And now when you have them, we don't want that. We don't want that. It doesn't work like that, is it? Like when investors are willing to compromise, oh, we don't want German people, we want French people in football club. And then when they get you, they find you, they use their agencies, they use their club, they use their academies to get these motherfuckers like Barashili and the Saucies, who are absolute ballers. Then you're trying to question their agencies and everyone, the work they've put up, and they were not supposed. Our people was not supposed to find Barashili or the Saucies. We had Koulibaly. We have to sell Koulibaly, right? We have to sell Koulibaly to get these motherfuckers, right? Because you guys wanted it. And then, because Enzo Fernandez... Yes, it's just too much. It's too childish, the way this motherfucker works. And they come on streams and they say, like, they run the thing. You don't run a fucking nappy, bro. You're in a nappy. You don't run nothing.
Nappy? What?
Yeah,
With that,
we're going to end the stream because I've got to go to football. I've got to go to football for 7. So big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that. We will be back tomorrow for the latest and greatest transfer news. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Hope you all have enjoyed the stream. Shout out to everyone who's hopped in. And yeah, we're heading over to Strasbourg, Steve. Everyone head in there. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe. And yeah. Up the Chelsea. Big up to everybody. Big up.
Is he gone? Fuck me. That was mental, mate.